am untethered and my rage knows no bounds.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All I know is you never had the makings of a varsity athlete.
What is it with you and this obsession with this varsity crap?
People come to us because we don't sell them uninjured. They can't refuse because of the implication.
You wonder ever you're a bad man? World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door. Some things are a matter of duty.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute. I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Happy rainy Tuesday morning to you. John Reed, no Cody McClure, as he is getting ready for California. I got Sam Beard. I got bad news, Bubba. We got Tennessee basketball. We got more Tennessee basketball. We got Tennessee football. Got a full slate of college and NFL to dissect, as this is probably, the last show we do before the weekend. This Thanksgiving week. Cody's got to go out of town. Sam's got to go out of town. So enjoy us while you got us. Sam, top of the morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. Rainy Tuesday, but we're feeling good. Vols got a massive win in hoops yesterday. Was fun doing the YouTube watch along on Fan Run TV, and then just went home and enjoyed Feast Week. Watched a little bit more college hoops. Been getting into this show, All Her Fault on Peacock. You ever heard of this?
All Her Fault.
Yeah. It's like this.
It's the one with Sarah Snook, right? From Succession. Yeah, the redhead.
I'm not great with actor names, to be quite honest with you.
The redhead, the main character. Well, she
Okay.
seems like she's front and center on the poster. I've seen the poster because I like her, so I've thought about watching it, but I haven't started it yet.
It's a good show. I think it's one of those things that's like a one-off season. Like they just cap it at one season, but there's just been a whole bunch of twists and turns. It's about some child that gets like abducted from school basically, and the parents are like on a mad dash to figure out what happened, and then they just keep going down all these rabbit holes, and it keeps going further and further.
Telling the one girl it's all her fault, huh?
I guess.
Yeah. It's weird what you watch.
Like me personally, or just
it's just weird because it's weird what you deem worthy of your non-sports time, because you're not a big movie or TV show guy. But like, how the hell did we end up on this? Like, how is this what has gotten your time and attention?
We basically just, Charlie and I had a couple friends that were like, "Hey, you got to go," and this show is pretty cool. And we're like, "All right, screw it, let's just turn this on."
Okay, so a cosign got you, word of mouth got you.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not a movie guy, but then you'll be telling me about watching this random movie. I'm like, how the hell did you decide on this one? You're not a TV show guy, but now you're watching this Peacock movie about a kidnapping, or a Peacock TV show about a kidnapping. How the hell did you end up on that?
I've become more of a movie guy lately. I think I just say I'm not a movie guy when it's like someone says like, "Hey, have you seen this classic movie?" And it's probably like, I probably haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm more willing to watch those.
Fair enough. Bubba, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you, John.
How the hell are you?
Honestly, I've got some bad news for Nate Oates. His ass is on the clock, John.
Uh-oh. Hot seat already?
Yeah, for me. He screwed me out of a big-time parlay. I was
no.
predicting every winner and spread for the Players era,
Uh-huh.
and Alabama was the only leg that did not hit by the end of the night.
No.
Even the following Maryland UNLV game went correctly. So
What happens?
they just didn't know how to mess with Ike and the rest of the Gonzaga Bulldogs, a team from the PNW.
He looked like he lost his swagger not wearing one of those suits. He was
Yeah.
just wearing just a coach's polo, and he looked like back to his high school coaching days.
They're just not good down the stretch and when it matters. So good news for Tennessee and the rest of the SEC is Alabama pretty scatterbrained right now. Hopefully they won't ever get to that point where they finally catch up and understand how to play basketball when they're trailing by a couple points.
What was the odds on it? What was the
I
plus
couldn't tell you the
3,500?
odds because it didn't explicitly show me the odds on the platform I was using, Bet365.
Uh-huh.
But the number was $2 to win 125.
Okay. All right. So about 75 to 1. Or 70 to 1. You said what, 125 is what you said?
Yep.
Okay, it's about 62 to 1. Okay.
Means we're due. Same thing with the Monday Night Football parlay.
I had Alabama as well, so I was watching just as frustrated. And Gonzaga, that was back and forth in the first half. And then Gonzaga looked like they were going to pull away, and then Alabama stormed back and kind of went on a 10, 11-0 run and got the lead back. You're like, okay, here we go. And then all of a sudden just couldn't do anything. And Gonzaga, I found that Gonzaga team to be kind of annoying. Like, typically, I kind of root for Gonzaga. I typically like them. Like, I kind of liked Tim A. I kind of liked.
I did not like the white guy with the whole
the gray beard. Gray. I was going to say I don't like him at all either. The gray guy is too old to be looking gray. He's like Taylor Hicks, the American Idol guy. I got zero interest for him. Zero use for him. Zero interest in him. I don't like him. Now I will say that I found that Alabama team to be a little annoying too. So wasn't like I was sitting there like, oh man, Nate Oates, I love you, but I was the same way. Gonzaga got me as well.
I thought the whole world is lining up and in sync whenever St. John's at that 2-pointer, just as seconds were just ticking off. I was like, we're cooked here. And then it happens. I said, oh my goodness, there's no way, brother. And then I was like, then I can only get better here.
So tell the audience what happened there.
Well, St. John's was down by a little bit. And they needed to at least tie the game, if not, hit a 3, go further and all that.
Sure.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you who they were playing right now.
They were down by 3, and it was a 2.5-point spread there. And
then St. John's
misses a 3, but then the guy
gets
basically airballed it, and then with half a second left, he just puts the layup up and makes it a 1-point.
Gotcha.
game.
Gotcha. So they had a little backdoor cover there, down to the 2.5-point spread. Gotcha.
Very backdoor.
Okay, I was going to say because I thought Iowa State won that game, but you're just talking.
I would say that was who they were playing because their buddy got out with his groin or hamstring or whatever, and he was crying when they showed the camera on him at the last little timeout.
Yeah, so far the Players era has produced some good games. I like the field. I like the competition. A couple things that we weren't fully aware of yesterday, Sam, when we were doing our YouTube watch along, is that there is a cap to the point differential. So that I was sitting there mad at Rick Barnes for calling the Dogs off up 40. Turns out there was no reason to keep the Dogs on because you were capped at a 20-point margin of victory. I guess to try to keep teams from just absolutely embarrassing teams. So Tennessee did get the maximum margin yesterday. Them and Michigan are the two teams that could say that. Them and Michigan kind of leading the way there.
They also said, though, that isn't it total points scored is another tiebreaker? So you can just run it up on people, but it's not going to matter past the 25 or whatever. Yeah,
I wonder if that actually leads the teams trying to just foul. extend possessions, because it's interesting because the coaches are trying to just win games, but the players, they want to advance and get that extra $1 million. So it is interesting. But yeah, there are, obviously 9 teams that are 1-0 in terms of point differential. Tennessee and Michigan right now in first place.
Does it annoy you that there's no bracket?
Yeah, I kind of, you can't really have a bracket with 18 teams. Plus, they're trying to avoid, conference matchups if possible. So they're really just trying to. I kind of like, hey, we'll just figure it out. We'll match up by who you're lined up with. Of the, Michigan scored 94 points. Gonzaga ended up with 95 and a 10-point differential, so we'll see kind of, how that shakes out. But none of that matters if Tennessee doesn't beat Houston today. That is the matchup. That'll be fun. Houston went to overtime yesterday with Syracuse. Syracuse that does look improved, but Houston not dominant early on in the season. So I do think Tennessee has a golden opportunity here for a big, I'll just say a win that could be a resume definer at the end of the year.
Definitely.
You have a chance to maybe get your best win of the season, or at least one of your most respected wins of the season if you're able to win today. Because Houston's going to be in the top 10 at the very least, most likely going to be in the top 5. A neutral site win over them is one that you look to that gets you moved up to a 2 seed. Or maybe a 1 seed, depending on how the season goes. If it goes like it did in the first half, hey, 1 seed might be on the table. We'll dive into that. Yesterday was impressive, at least for the first 20 minutes. I mean, that was as good as I've seen Tennessee play basketball offensively for 20 minutes or so. Second half, whatever. It was kind of like the Florida game.
Yeah.
It was a lot like the game against the Gators. I felt like you could have won that game by 50 or 60 if you wanted to. But you didn't really have the want to. But for a half, you looked as good as anybody in the country. We'll dive into it. It's Talk Sports right here on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Timeless traditions start with the ones we love and what we bring home for the season. Bring Inward Half home this holiday. Comfort and performance, made for the journeys you take and the memories you make. For quiet moments or the days you'll remember forever. From performance polos to cozy hoodies, modern apparel for men, women, and kids. There's something for everyone. This holiday, make tradition comfortable. Make it memorable. Make it Inward Half.
Back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Drink the light, refreshing White Claw Hard Seltzer. It was a hard knock life for Rutgers in the first half yesterday as Tennessee had it going, man. Offensively was as crisp as I think I've seen Tennessee play in quite some time. You had stars making star plays, and that was the Nate Ament, Jacoby Gillespie experience I've been waiting for. The two-man game by those two completely locked in as they had, 35, 37 in the first half. Just dominant.
Do you not think it's worrisome, though? If one of those guys struggles, we're cooked.
Well, that is a glass half empty look at it if one of those guys struggles. But I think there's a big gap between we look awesome, score 56 points, one guy struggles, and we're cooked. Like, I do think the rest of the team is good enough, Bubba, to where you don't have to have both go off. Now, maybe against elite teams, like I think you need both to play well against the Houstons of the world. Like, I think Gillespie and Ament both have to play solid games today to beat Houston, unless, you have somebody just come out of nowhere and have a monster game, of course. But I didn't watch that yesterday and think, man, this is a bad sign for Tennessee. Did Bad News Bubba watch that and say, oh, man, Gillespie, pass the ball. Quit shooting all his damn threes. Pass it.
No. I love Gillespie. I hold him on a silver platter and just, he's my precious little guy. But because it left me thinking, like, okay, because Abram was struggling, right? 0 for 6 total, 0 for 3 from 3. Berg, not exactly the most exciting either. Granted, he didn't play, really. So,
yeah, I think you're confusing your Amaris because Abram didn't even actually shoot. He was out there kind of not doing much. It was Evans. Evans was out there trying to get buckets.
That's a neck.
No, you had Amaris, and I made the same mistake on the live stream yesterday, even though
because typically Abram wears like the undershirt and like the cool get up.
Yeah, Abram 77.
Also listen to it on the broadcast too on the radio. So
plus Evans kind of looks like a continuation of the whole Pokemon evolution that we got with Gillespie.
I'm gonna blame John Wilkerson
and Ament.
Wilkerson would just say Amari.
Yeah.
And I'd say, oh goodness, Amari.
No, Evans was in there. Evans was in there getting them up. He was in there to shoot, and he went 0 for 6 and 0 for 3. But maybe more surprising to me was that Abram didn't shoot one time in his 15 minutes. But I will say that as long as Gillespie or Amen is on the court, and as long as one of those has it going, then I do think yesterday, dress rehearsals are kind of winding down. It's time to kind of figure out, for the rest of this tournament, at least in the non-conference, who your best 5, 6, 7, 8 are, who your best two guard is. I think I've settled on Bishop Boswell. I like when he's out there. I think his defensive energy is important. I do think he's at least a little bit more confident with the ball this year in terms of maybe not shooting because he only shot twice himself, but like he was moving it and had some assists and was able to actually do some guard stuff out there. So, I think there's a reason he led the team in minutes at the two guard. I think he's our best option. I think there's a reason Barnes was starting him prior to the injury. So I think that was my takeaway. Amari Abram, Amari Evans, Henderson, Berg, like those guys will still continue to fight for minutes. But for me, Boswell, I'd be surprised if he was in the starting lineup today, if he was able to be available, because it is important to keep in mind for him and Estrella, it is a back-to-back. And in the NBA, I know you can make your jokes about them being soft or whatever, but like you usually like are a little bit more cautious with your guys who are banged up on the second days of back-to-backs. You kind of rest them. You don't make them go out there and play 2 days in a row. And I understand college is going to be different, and maybe both those guys play and they're fully out there. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they were out or, on at least a minutes restriction. So maybe you don't see those guys get put into the lineup. But I do think both Estrella and Boswell, great to see JP Estrella out there. When you read the bone bruise updates, some people had said, it's a 3-week injury, 4-week injury. Nope. Was a 1-game injury for Estrella, and he was back out there flying around, making plays. But I do think getting both he and Boswell back is good, because I do think eventually those are two of your closing 5 guys going along with your big 3 of Akpara, Ament, and Kobe.
Boswell did that too yesterday. I saw from Barnes, like he gave us that performance, and he hadn't practiced since he had played, his last game. Like
really?
He'd been banged up a little bit there, missed a few games. So I think he's going to get better just offensively and stuff like that. Like I don't think he's going to be the level of Jemai Meshack defensively, but I think that's going to kind of be the role that he plays this year. Go out there and get 6 to 10 points a game, go play some really hard defense, and just kind of do the scrappy little things right.
Be 90% of what Meshack was on defense and try to be at least as good as he was on offense. And I think that's a really, really good SEC player. That's a really good rotation guy, as long as everybody else around him is playing well. Not saying there won't be frustrating times, because even, I was about as big of a Meshack fan as you could be. And even I found myself frustrated with him at times. So, like, he's not going to be a perfect player. He is going to be frustrating at times, but I just love those players that do that, the dirty work. I've always gravitated towards them, and it looks like Boswell. I also give him credit for sticking around.
Mm-hmm.
He gets extra points with me for sticking around and not, flying the coop to go find somewhere we'd be guaranteed a starter. Stayed here, fought for minutes, and looks like he's going to be another Rick Barnes success story. Akpara, I thought, was good. I think at this point we just have to accept that he is going to shoot a couple threes. I'm okay with that. The stroke looks all right. He's put in some work. He shot one yesterday early in the game, early in the shot clock. One of those, above the break threes, as they call them. A little ATB coming down. The big man, inbounds the ball, gets the rebound, whatever, and he's kind of the last man up the court, which means that he is almost always going to be open at the top of the key. He had the green light. He shot it and sunk it. Only 3-point attempt of the game. I'm kind of surprised he didn't have a little bit of a heat check. Like, hey, I made one. Let's see. Let me shoot a second one. Nope. But I do think he has shown enough touch to where teams are going to have to somewhat respect that. And as long as he keeps making them, I think Barnes is going to be okay with that.
For a big man, I think he's got great touch, just shooting-wise. I mean, he's already attempted 5 on the year. The most he attempted in his career was his last year at Ohio State, where he went 0 for 6 on the year. Like, I think we're going to start to see him attempt like close to 1 a game almost.
Yep. If he shoots 1 a game, I'm completely fine with that. I'm all right with him getting one, especially early in the game, just kind of above the break. Sometimes a couple of them he's been just spotted up in the corner. I don't know if I love that for him, but he's made them. And just adding, because look, all the big men are going to have to kind of come together and be a little bit of a shooter, right? Like all of them are going to have to come out and show at least a little touch. Not saying they're going to have to be stretch 4s or stretch 5s, but like it could get real convoluted and real crowded in a hurry. So Akpara just showing a willingness, and going back to the Meshack conversation and the Boswell conversation, for me, sometimes it's just like, hey, I don't care if you make them, you just got to shoot them. I don't care if you shoot 30%. You just got to be willing to shoot them to make the defense kind of guard you. So a lot of it's just willingness to do it. So Akpara being willing to shoot the 3. You get Estrella out there, shoot a couple 3s. Maybe Phillips shoots one here and there. Like the big men just showing the willingness and ability could open up the offense for Gillespie and Ament, because those guys aren't going to do what they did yesterday in the first half every game, right? Those were special performances. Now, I do think Gillespie is the best offensive guard we've had here since Lofton. Like, all due respect to Zakai, like, I think Gillespie clears him pretty easily when it comes to his offensive game.
Easily.
In
my opinion.
And Lofton, Lofton was an All-American. Lofton was a beast. Gillespie, I think, maybe has it in him to be a little bit more athletic and get to the rim a little bit more. Maybe be a guy that, kind of sets you up, sets the other teammates up with assists a little bit more. I don't know if he's going to shoot like Lofton, but yesterday's 6 of 10 was Lofton-esque. Not saying he's going to match or surpass him for the season, but like Gillespie is a guy that I've seen shoot, 40% at a high level. And I keep saying that's the difference for me with Lanier and Connect and Gillespie. Those guys were unknowns. Gillespie is not. Gillespie shot, 30, let's just call it 39% at Belmont, then went to Maryland and improved. At Belmont, shot 38.7% on 4.2 attempts. You said, okay, how's he going to handle stepping up a level at Maryland? Well, he went to 5.9 attempts and hit 40.7% of those shots. An increase. So far, early sample helps when you hit 60% of 10, attempts yesterday. But right now in the season, he's attempted 8.2 threes and hitting 40.8%. So the early shooting slump he was in is gone. And I do think you're going to see him. We'll see what the volume's like, because I do think you're going to see him shoot, 7 or 8 a game. We'll see if he's able to sustain that for the entire SEC play. But I do think yesterday, really none of those 10 attempts were forced. And if anything, he maybe dialed back a little bit because the score was out of hand and he didn't have to play, big minutes in the second half.
Maybe it's just recency bias too, but like I feel like I remember all of the guys that cover basketball in the offseason who watched, summer practices and stuff like that were saying like Jacoby Gillespie is the best shooter that I've seen since covering this team. And that's including your Chaz Laniers and your Dalton Connects and guys like that.
Well, look, the shot looks more pure. And it's like a beautiful like set shot with great arc. Like, I mean, he's got range on it. I'm not going to say he's a better scorer than Connect, because Connect, for me, it was his 3-level game that made him different. I don't think that Gillespie's going to have as much success at the 3 levels just because of the size difference. But I do think he can get to the rim, and I do think he can shoot the 3. We'll see if he can work the mid-range like Connect could. We'll see if he can get to the free throw line like Connect could. But like, yeah, Lanier, like put him head to head with Lanier, and right now Gillespie is off to a better start than Chaz Lanier was at the very least. No, that was a big time performance. That was fun. And I thought the 2-man game that they worked with Gillespie and Ament, I thought that was NBA level stuff. I thought they were doing some NBA level synergy where it's like, hey, I'm a little dribble handoff here, and I'm going to get you going downhill. Now I'm going to let you kind of come around this screen. I'm going to hand it off there. Boom, 3. I'm going to get into the lane and kick it out to a wide open shooter, and you're going to knock it down. I thought all that stuff was brilliant, and they were cooking together. And to me, that's the difference. You can argue about Lanier. You can argue about Connect. You could go back to Lofton. None of those guys had a sidekick as good as what Nate Ament's going to have. Or if you want to say Nate Ament's the superstar, he's the Dalton Connect. None of those guys had a sidekick as good at scoring as Jacoby Gillespie. And to me, that is what is giving me hope that this year could be historic. By historic, of course, I mean you win the SEC, but then you go on, you maybe get a 1 seed, and you end up in Indianapolis for the Final Four, the program's first ever. You need multiple scorers. And Connect, God bless him, like Connect didn't lose to Purdue. It wasn't Dalton Connect that lost to Purdue. It was a supporting cast. They weren't physical enough down low, and your second scorer, Zakai Ziegler, couldn't make a shot in that game. Against Houston, Chaz Lanier wasn't very good against Houston. Nobody was good against Houston. They just punked you all of it. It was kind of just Jordan Gainey by himself in that game. But you also weren't physical enough down low. Rick Barnes has come into this 2025-2026 season. He said, I got something I ain't had in a long time. I got a super deep, super physical front court. There ain't no big monster like Zach Edey to have to use it to go up against. which means that I think Tennessee could have, the best, deepest front courts. Maybe not the top end talent, of course, of Duke or any of those other teams, but like a sum of the parts. You got 5 guys who could play at an SEC level.
That Rutgers coach said that post game. He was like, "This is an elite post up team, and that's something that's like very rare in college basketball these days."
I still don't love the straight post ups. Like, I hope Barnes doesn't relapse, but like, look, Barnes loves throwing the ball in the post. He loved trying to feed those guys. John Fulkerson post ups almost drove me crazy and ended my relationship with Rick Barnes. But like, he kind of saw him relapsing into the old him, trying to like, hey, Dwayne Brown, Jalen Carey, here, get this post up real quick.
Well, I think that's also because of the size advantage that Tennessee had going on.
Sure, but I still don't like just the straight post up. I just think it's an inefficient shot for the most part. Like, I think if I'm a big man, unless you're like Nikola Jokic or Joel Embiid when he still had 2 knees, like for the most part, Zach Edey, if you're going to get a free throw every time you post up, I want my big man just kind of moving, being around the rim, being active, getting putbacks, getting, the passes dipped to it, dished to him, and they can dunk it. I still don't like the back to the basket 1990s Patrick Ewing type of offense. But either way, like, Tennessee came back with a really good, physical, deep front courts, and they came back with 2 scorers. That's why I'm excited for the future of this team. That's why I think this team can do something special. Big test today against Houston. Like I said, it feels like Barnes saw Houston punk his team the way Rick Barnes usually punks teams, the way he punked Alabama, the way he punked Duke a couple years ago in the second round. He had that done to him with Houston. And he said, we're not going to let that happen. I'm going to go get Jalen Carey. Dwayne Brown's going to play minutes. I'm going to make sure I keep Estrella and Phillips. Because remember in the offseason, it's like there's no way you're keeping all 3 of those guys. Akpara kind of flirted with the portal, a.k.a. give me more money. Tennessee ponied up. And not the number he was asking for, but they said, hey, yeah, we'll invest in you. We'll keep you here. Hey, Phillips, Estrella, you're not going anywhere. You're culture guys. We need you both. You're going to be a big part of this team. And, we're going to go pluck Jalen Carey from Vanderbilt. And, hey, he maybe could have been a starter somewhere else. He's going to come here and play 15 minutes, but he's going to play hard, and he's going to beat you up. And then also we're going to make this big investment for the local kid, Jacoby Gillespie, and we're going to bring Nate Aim in, and we're going to go all in, and we're going to have an actual roster that can beat you up multiple ways. We're going to be physical, but also like we got this finesse game with Jacoby Gillespie, who is, going to be mentioned, I think, Sam, among best shooters in the country this year.
I think it's going to be interesting just to kind of see, you kind of talk about getting punked by that team last year, but there's not a lot of carryover. Like, how much does Rick Barnes and this coaching staff kind of hammer that? Or is it just like, hey, new season, new team, just completely different mindset type of thing? Or do you want to kind of go out there and right one of your wrongs from last season and kind of get a bad taste out of your mouth?
There's enough carryover with Akpara and Phillips out there, Joe, where at least you can question their manhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this team beat you up. I don't know if Jacoby Gillespie's coming in thinking, I got to get revenge for this game because, he wasn't there. Nate Amen. But, like, as a program, you buy into that. That's part of coaching. That's what we talked about with the Florida game last week in terms of just, it's not the same type of rivalry, but, like, when you actually watch the pregame stuff with Arion Carter out there, this is what you come to Tennessee for, blah, blah, blah. Like, really? To play a 3-win Florida team? But, hey, like, they worked themselves into a lather, and they came out and they hit people, and they played hard, and they did buy into the message. So I think if you're Barnes, revenge aside, Sam, you look at this, and this is a game against the top 5 team in the country.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's a measuring stick game, and let's go out here and win this game. And look, this is $1 million game for the roster, which is kind of crazy to say openly, but like if you advance to the Final Four, if you will, the next round, top 4 gets an extra $1 million in their NIL fund to be split among the roster. That might not mean a lot to Nate Ament or Jacoby Gillespie in terms of like, hey, yeah, those guys are already like well compensated. Akpara probably too, but like, hey, Bishop Boswell, you better be diving on the floor, buddy, because I can't imagine you're making much more than what your share of this will be if you're able to get out here and double this money. All the players on the roster should be going out there playing hard because, hey, this is big money for anybody, but especially for you guys. That makes an interesting dynamic because this is a money game. You beat Rutgers enough to where you should feel pretty comfortable if you win this game that you are going to be advanced to the championship round.
And you've probably never played in that. I mean,
there's not many tournaments that have cash prizes.
I mean, cash prizes for many of these things these days.
Yeah, none of the AAU tournaments would have this, really. So yeah, I mean, you got to go out there and take care of business. Let's go. And that makes it fun. And I'm excited to watch. And we'll be watching at Barley's. We're going to have a double remote. William Pattison and Brett will be out there doing the playbook from 1 to 3. And the drive with Russell and Bear will be there from 3 to 6. I assume Bob will be Skyping in or videoing in. I assume, but he won't be out there live on location. Bob's on a little bit of a vacation. Nice flex for him yesterday on the video while Russell's here in studio. Bob's just sitting there with some nice sun behind him. I liked that, especially if it's going to be rainy here. Now, I hope it's not rainy here all day, but we're going to be having a good time at Barley's in the Old City. Like I said, setting up at 1 o'clock. We'll have some gear brought to you by Jameson. Jameson will be out there giving away some stuff. Come hang out and watch some basketball. Should be some good basketball all day. You kind of keep an eye. You kind of watch these other games. But then you also just, want to wait for the main event, Tennessee-Houston, which, could be the best game this field could offer when you look at the teams in it. This could be the best matchup possible. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Michigan, Tennessee, Auburn, Gonzaga. That would be your 4 right now if they were to, just take the day 1 results. That would be the top 4 that would get to advance. Kansas, Baylor, Maryland, Houston, Iowa State. Those 5 also undefeated. With Houston and Tennessee, of course, somebody's going to get eliminated or at least, knocked into the 1-1 range. Same for Michigan and Auburn. So of those 4 I told you, Sam, that would advance, Michigan's going to play Auburn. Tennessee has to play Houston, who's on the outside right now but can play their way in. Gonzaga and Maryland, that's another undefeated matchup. Gonzaga needs to win that one, and then you'll kind of get into how much you win by.
I'd love to play that Michigan team. That'd be a good test, I think, for the way that this roster is created. That's another team that's got an elite front court.
Who did Michigan beat by 40? Is that Oregon? Who did they beat by 40?
I don't think it was
Oregon played Auburn. Who did Michigan beat? Did they beat anybody worth a damn? Because they had the biggest, most lopsided victory of 94-54.
I want to say they played maybe San Diego State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then Maryland played UNLV at the end.
Okay. So Michigan kind of got maybe the weakest team in the field.
Probably outside of us, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Any other takeaways from the Rutgers game? I mean, because, like I said, to me, it was just it was fun watching Gillespie catch fire. He's a different level of an offensive player at the point guard position. We haven't had that, like I said, since Chris Lofton, and Lofton wasn't even running points, right? Like Lofton was was the 2 guard.
I do think an interesting note to me too was, I can't remember at what point in the game it was in that first half, but Ament passed up a corner 3, and you could tell they went to a media timeout, I think, and Rick Barnes clearly ripped into his ass. And then after that, Nate Ament was a different player.
Well, we were watching that, on the YouTube, and if you want to go back and watch us watch it, which I don't know if that's got any hang time to go back and rewatch, but yeah, that's something I was complaining about. I think, Sam, I want to say it was either the first media timeout or the second, but I want to say we had 8 points at the time. And he passed up a wide open corner 3. It might have been 5 points. It might have been even a couple minutes into the game. He passed up a wide open corner 3, and I said, "Oh, Nate, what are we doing?" And you talked about the lack of confidence from him at that point. And did you see? Did they say Barnes lit into him? Because we had kind of speculated on that, and I said, "I hope that's the case." Did we actually get that was?
No, but I just feel like that had to have happened.
Sure.
With it going into the media timeout, I feel like you saw the camera kind of cut to him, and he was doing his classic, just what the hell are you doing?
Well, there was a time where he was doing that to Gillespie, where he's like, "Gillespie, shoot the ball."
Yeah.
Shoot it. So, I imagine, and, you remember all last year, Barnes making the jokes about Chaz Lanier. Hell, we're paying him to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball. You're getting paid to do it. Shoot it. So, Nate Ament, you're getting paid handsomely to shoot the ball. And I will say that from that moment, Nate did unlock. And you saw the confidence finally come there where he realized, oh, wait, I am really good at basketball. Oh, wait, I can still do this whole coast-to-coast thing and get to the rim. Oh, wait, I can shoot threes. Oh, this is fun. It's fun making shots and being confident. And yeah, that was the Nate Ament, the 5-star. You saw the flashes of what we've been waiting for. You saw the confidence. You saw the NBA game. You saw him kind of unlock. Because it can be, not to make a dated reference that maybe you Gen Zers don't get, but surely to God you've heard of the Matrix. But like Nate Ament, he's supposed to be the one. And at a certain point in that movie, when Keanu's fighting, it all slows down for him, and he knows every move they're going to do, and he's just blocking it, and he's very bored of doing it. Like, to me, that's kind of how the game is going to get for Nate Ament. Like, when he realizes, oh, wait, I'm bigger and faster and more athletic than all these guys. Big men can't come out and guard me, or else I could just get an easy three or blow by them. The guards can't guard me because I'll take their ass to the post. Everything you have, I have a counter for. And yesterday, it kind of felt like that was kind of happening for him as the game was slowing down, and he realized, oh, wait, calm down, breathe. I belong on this level, and I can dominate on this level.
I think it's also just a positive sign to see, like, your 5-star freshman kind of get checked and then also just, like, immediately go into just, like, a different mode instead of just kind of crumbling in the moment and just, like, not being able to kind of take some of that hard coaching,
With all that being said, it was Rutgers.
Yeah.
Who is the worst team in the field. They are 132nd in KenPom. They lost to Central Connecticut. All of that is important to note. Now, my excitement for the game didn't come from the opponent. It came from just the confidence that Ament and Gillespie were playing with. Making shots is making shots. Gillespie's going to have those same shots against better opponents. He did it at Maryland. He's going to be able to do it here. For Ament, it was an aggression thing because he didn't have that aggression against worse opponents. He didn't have that aggression against Tennessee State in the preseason cupcakes you had before you got to this tournament. So for me, it wasn't about Rutgers at all. Don't care. Do it today against Houston. Let's see it. Let's go. Sam, send us a break. We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, you want to play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Houston today over on the YouTube chat. Shout out to the freaks. Holla if you hear me. Josh writes in, we are better than Houston, Reed. We are going to pound Uzan today, body after body at him, and get him into foul trouble.
I like it.
Did you watch much of the game against Syracuse yesterday?
A decent amount, yeah. Yeah.
What's your scouting reports as they were able to win in overtime 78-74?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a Houston team that is.
They were up 9, right? With like 4 minutes left, and then kind of choked it away, right?
Yeah,
up 11. Up 11 with 3 minutes left.
And, it was just your classic guys again, just Emmanuel Sharp just hitting dagger threes. But, yeah, I mean, I think this is a Houston group that is still kind of figuring it out, probably outside of like Uzan, Sharp, and Tugler over there. JoJo Tugler didn't have his best game as he got fouled out and probably didn't play as many minutes as they normally would like him to. But Uzan and Sharp, obviously those two big returning guys. Chris Sinak is like a 5-star freshman center, but I think he's still kind of a bit of a work in progress for them.
They almost gagged it away.
Yeah.
Like I said, up 11 with about 3 minutes left. They end up – I mean, Syracuse had a shot at the end to win the game, right? It was a tie game. They had the ball.
Yeah. Got blocked at the end of regulation.
And then Houston able to win 11-7 in overtime. Houston right now 3.5-point favorites. How are you leaning right now, Sam? Do you think Tennessee is going to match them physically and beat them? Do you think Houston wins a close one? Do you have a lean at all on this?
I kind of like Tennessee to cover. I think it's going to be a really close game.
Okay.
I think this is going to be just, either way, kind of a 2-3 point victory.
Dogfight.
Yeah.
Uzan last night with 26 points and 7 rebounds. So, I mean, Tennessee does need to try to get him in foul trouble if they can. He only had 3 yesterday.
Bench scoring was a big one in this one for me that I noticed. Like, it doesn't feel like Houston maybe has kind of the horses off the bench that they have had in years past.
So do they have a big man? Because, I mean, Uzan and Sharp are just both, perimeter guards. I mean, I don't know if Tennessee, when you say we're going to throw bodies at them, I feel like we're just going to throw Boswell at them. Like, I mean, last year maybe, a couple years ago, like when you could throw Meshack and Zakai at guys out there on the perimeter, like I think our bodies are going to be like down in the paint. You know what I mean? Like if you told me we're going to throw bodies at their big men and keep those guys in foul trouble, I don't know if that is a question I'm going to have about this game. Like, yeah, if you told me like Tugler gets beat up down low because he's got to guard Phillips and Carey and Akpara and Brown, and we're just going to keep rotating big men after big men. Like, you could tell me that, but with Uzan, who are we going to throw? Like, Ethan Berg doesn't really hit the same. You know what I mean? Like, throwing Troy Henderson out there, throwing Amari Abram or, Amari Evans out there, like, that doesn't really sound intimidating.
And then even like Sharp too, like he's just a bigger guy at that guard spot. Like he feels like even just physically with Gillespie on him or something like that, you've got a mismatch.
No, it feels like Houston sitting around saying they're going to throw their guards at our guards. Like if I'm doing a Houston radio show, I'm saying we're going to take Sharp and Sharp's going to rough up Gillespie and blah blah blah. Then we'll come in, we'll bump them around, kind of like they did to Zakai and Lanier last year. I mean, that's what they did to Zakai and Lanier last year. It was just kind of swallow them up and beat them up. But like I said, last year, you didn't have the paint presence that you needed. Meshack, God bless him, like I said, not going to find a bigger fan in Knoxville of him than me, but like his most effective time was at the 4. Offensively, at least, when he was kind of playing the small ball 4, and you had Gainey and Lanier and Zakai out there. Meshack wasn't ready for the task of going out there and having to battle with Houston's bigs. Zakai and Lanier couldn't hit a damn shot. Lanier was 4 of 18 and just was way off on all those shots.
And kind of like Will was telling us yesterday, like you don't have that just go-to guy that Cryer was for so long for Houston. Juwan Roberts, another one of those deep post.
Shed. Yeah, Jamal Shed for a while. It would bail him out.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you think about the difference of Tennessee's makeup, like I said, like you had Meshack playing the 4 in your most effective minutes last year. He's 6'4". You had Igor, at times, but Igor, let's call it what it is, pretty soft. But even then, even with Igor, you kind of had just Igor, Akpara, and Phillips. And like Igor didn't really have that dog in him when it came to going down low and battling. Your best lineup had Meshack at the 4. This year, I mean, like, I think Tennessee's best lineups are going to have Akpara, either Phillips and Estrella, or Phillips or Estrella, and then Amen at the 3. Like that's 3 really long, lengthy guys. So just from a size standpoint, like you're going to be a completely different team than when you played them last year.
You could just tell I mean, I know it was Rutgers and they're not going to have as many of the bodies as Houston, but like you could just tell with those 3 that you just mentioned yesterday, it was just you just look like it's such a huge matchup disadvantage for the other team.
I mean, you look like an NBA team on the front court.
Yeah.
Not saying those guys are NBA players.
You just have NBA size.
Right. Like I think Akpara has a chance maybe if he can, continue to show some shooting touch to kind of be a rim protector, rim runner. Like those guys can always get a chance in the NBA. You find a good passing big that can get you alley-oops. Like he has a chance of playing in the league. I don't know about Estrella and Phillips. Definitely don't think Carey's going to be in the league. But like they have NBA size. They have height. I know Nate Ament's going to play in the NBA. Like you have some real actual, like you look like a tall basketball team. And for a Houston team that, all those guys last year were, they were all kind of 6'8", right? Which is good, long and lengthy, but 6'8" ain't 7 foot. So Tennessee, they've been the best rebounding team in the country so far. Especially, getting offensive boards and just kind of dominating the boards. Like, they got a chance to kind of impose that physicality. I don't want to buy into that physicality too much because, like I said, yesterday was Rutgers, and before that, you were playing a bunch of bums, a bunch of scrubs. No Klay Thompson, no Jaren Jackson Jr., but, like, bumps. Go out there and physically beat up Houston, then we can have a real conversation. Go out there and grab your offensive rebounds. You had 15 of them yesterday. You dominated the defensive glass. Go out there and do that again. You had what is 19? What is 52 minus 19? 30, 33 misses. 8 free throw misses. So I assume a couple of those were on the second shot. But let's just call it 35 misses. You only gave up 11 offensive rebounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Whereas Tennessee had 15, had 30 misses and grabbed 15 of those offensive rebounds.
Houston only out-rebounded Syracuse by 6, too. I feel like they're normally a lot better at that.
This is the time to get them. And like I said, not to overstate the importance of November basketball. It's not even Thanksgiving. But Bubba, this is what we talked about. This is a chance, like, they don't put the date on the resume whenever they look at it. They don't say, This is November. This quad 1 win over a top 5 team, it doesn't
They
count
don't
the
say
same.
early season, John?
Say what?
They don't say early season?
I feel like they just, whenever I look at resumes, it's like,
No, they just show the opponent.
it
You're
says
right.
like 11-4 against quad 1. They don't say 11-4, but like, hey, 7 of those wins were in December. Like Auburn built their entire resume in December last year, and it carried them. They went out, they took care of business in December, and they had a real head start for the rest of the season. Like Tennessee has a chance to do that over the next, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
The problem is, like, I like this game, but also hate it being kind of like a test them game,
Sure.
Like, I don't like the idea of us saying, we'll see where we stack up afterwards. Like, it's just, I'd rather know way beforehand and then just expect this game to be a dogfight, but.
Well, I can't remember if it was Sam or Cody was talking about, maybe Nate Ament flipping the lights on whenever it came time for big basketball, being a gamer. Looks like he is a gamer.
He's getting better every time.
Right.
Those screens that they keep running for him.
So I think it's impossible to know what we have with this team just yet until you actually get tested. And like I said, Rutgers wasn't really a test. Let's see what Nate looks like against Houston, because they're going to try to physically beat him up. They're going to try to have a, hey, we're grown men, you're still a freshman type of thing. Let's see how he handles it.
Odds carry gets a technical today.
I don't like the question because I can, easily envision it, and I don't want to give up 2 free points. But look, this is part of the reason you brought Jalen Carey in here.
This is a huge game for him.
Yeah, I'd say it's a big reason why Rick Barnes looked and said, hey, we wanted him. We want a little bit more toughness.
Very short leash.
Yeah, he might only play like 10 minutes in this game, but hey, go in there and knock somebody around. That's kind of his role in the team this year. Hey, you got to be the enforcer. You got to be the goon. Let's go. I'm pretty pumped up for this game. Like I said, we'll be at Barley's watching it if you want to come hang out with us and enjoy some company in Knoxville. Let's get a big game day atmosphere for it. Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. We'll talk some football coming up. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 707-4282 or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Would you rather have your team win in a sweep or in a dramatic Game 7?
You're listening to Talk Sports. Dramatic Game 7. Let's take one of your teams, Ben. It can't be football because they only play one game. Who's your favorite hockey team?
The Predators.
The Preds, right? Ben loves the Preds. Best thing about watching the Preds play is what? Watching the Preds play.
No,
you know what I mean?
You're wrong.
With a seventh game, you get 7 games. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather watch 7 hockey games than just 4.
Airing every day
From 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
You have done this to yourself. All I have to do is kick away the chair, my friend. The most famous Predator series of the last 5 years when they swept the Chicago Blackhawks. And now Chicago cannot argue with Nashville ever because all they have to say is, hey, Brooms.
Buddy,
Brooms.
if
Brooms.
Sure, they beat the
Brooms.
Blackhawks, but you remember what
Hey,
happened.
Chicago, you trying to talk trash to me? You got swept. Brooms.
on 1340 WKGN.
Sweeping the team makes such a statement of, hey, we're better than you. When it's a sweep, you leave no doubt. Nothing. There is nothing worse than losing a playoff game. And you've
Game
given me that
7
pain.
is massive.
And you've given me that pain 3 times.
But
no
Game
thanks.
7 becomes so massive.
Brooms out, bitch.
Just watch.
Sweep. Sweep.
Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. I don't have any inward half on today, but I got good news for you. Right now, up until next Monday, they are running a Black Friday sale. If you've been wanting some inward half, now is the time to go and get you some gear. Go to inwardhalf.com. Use the promo code BF25. Black Friday, I assume BF stands for BF25. And you'll get
Florida.
Could be beat Florida. They are big Vols. Although I gotta be honest. Gotta get Todd. One of his. I'm not even gonna say it. Not even gonna say it about my boy Jackson over there. Todd's as Volled up as they come. He texts me all the time, but he's got this guy that just graduated from UT that runs around as a damn Vandy fan, and I'm like, Jackson.
Is he really?
Jackson's a Vandy fan, yeah. You guys are kindred spirits like that. Sam used to be a Vandy fan too.
I went to school. I had some classes with Jackson.
Yeah. But don't hold that against Todd because, like I said, he's as Volled up as they come. BF25. BF25, and you get 30% off, like I said, from now until next Monday. Go to inwardhalf.com and enjoy the walk-in. We'll make great gifts for Pops, for yourself, for your girlfriend, your wife. They got something for everybody. Your kids, maybe they're getting into golf. Accessories, apparel, for the whole family at inwardhalf.com. Again, promo code BF25 for 30% off. Bubba, put that on the ticker for headlines. Put that on the ticker. BF25, 30% off. Make sure the YouTube audience knows. Go get you something nice, you freaks. All right, Sam, let's do some headlines. What you got for the news?
Thank you, John. Leading things off, a little VFL news here as after the 49ers 20-9 victory last night over the Carolina Panthers, Juwan Jennings goes and a little open hand slap, little punch to Panthers safety Trayvon Mooring. This was a little separation after the game. This happened because Mooring apparently little cheap shot to the
gonads,
to the inner groin area, as ESPN would like to call it. But Kyle Shanahan said he was really proud of Juwan for not losing his cool in the moment. But I guess it boiled over a little bit after the game.
He punched him right square in the private parts.
I feel like that's kind of on par with like the Jamar Chase spitting thing and like for Jalen Ramsey to go throw a punch. Like I think those are kind of on par.
Oh, yeah, Juwan won't get in trouble for that. Juwan won't get in trouble for
You
that.
think?
I don't think so. You say he did it after the game, though? It was an after-the-game blow-up?
Mm-hmm.
As you see, if it's in the heat of the moment. See, I didn't watch. I got to be honest. I didn't watch 1 second of the 49ers and Panthers. Not 1 second. I didn't watch one single play of that game, and I don't feel like I missed anything. Apparently, other than Juwan Jennings scoring a touchdown and then getting in a fight, which feels good for Vandy week. It's good for Vandy hate week.
That's true. Brock Purdy's stinky.
Yeah, every time I looked up, I was keeping up with the score to see if it was going to get close so I could turn it on. But every time I looked up, Brock Purdy was throwing an interception.
They're better with Mac Jones.
That's a bad place to be at after just giving Brock Purdy all that money.
Yeah. Did they
For
have
Kyle
Mac
Shanahan,
Jones
why
on
are
the
you-
roster when they paid him?
I don't know. Probably would have been close. Probably not. They probably paid him like in March, and he probably wasn't officially on the roster by then. I don't know. But either way, if you're Kyle Shanahan, you shouldn't be paying these quarterbacks, man. You're Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. You make it work with anyone.
Yeah. You know, if you get an absolute stud, maybe. If you have Patrick Mahomes, yeah, maybe pay Patrick Mahomes, but you shouldn't have paid Brock Purdy. Big mistake.
Some good news for Bucs fans as the MRI for Bucs quarterback Baker Mayfield revealed a low-grade AC joint sprain in his left shoulder, but no additional damage. They say that an additional source says that it is pretty fortunate for him to have not sustained a more serious injury. His status for this Sunday's game against the Cardinals remains uncertain, but they said that they don't seem to have any long-term injury concerns with him. So we know he got banged up in that game on Sunday against the Rams, but I feel like for a Bucs team that's still just kind of clinging on to some hope here late into the season, I think getting Baker back obviously is priority number one for them.
What a crash for the Bucs.
Yeah,
what a crash. And for Baker, so much for those MVP chances, buddy. And for that bum Egbuka. I hate you.
I know.
I hate you,
Get
Emeka
better.
Egbuka. I hate you, Drake London. I hate you, Marvin Harrison Jr. I hate you.
We never I feel like it's always a bad idea to draft NFC South players in fantasy, but I just do it every single year.
Yeah, I guess I didn't. Yeah, I just need to get rid of the Falcons. There should be no Falcons, not even Bijan Robinson. Just keep them all off. Oh, yeah, thanks for nothing to Sam Laporta. God, I lost big matchup by 15 points. And, you know why? Because Sam Laporta hurt, and I had to put Dalton Schultz in there. And guess what Dalton Schultz did? A nice one catch for 8 yards on Thursday. Thanks for nothing. Although I should have seen that they don't give up anything to damn tight ends. Sam tried to tell me that, but didn't tell me about it until Friday. I wish you had told me that on Thursday when we were building that parlay, Sam.
I didn't want to get in the way of the mojo. You know?
Well, I wish you would have gotten.
I wish you would have poo-poo on people's picks.
I wish I would have gotten in the way of the mojo. I wish you would have gotten in the way of the mojo because there was plenty of tight ends that scored double digits that could have saved my season.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they wouldn't have saved my season because I still would have lost. But either way, now I'm in a bad spot in my fantasy league, my big one. I'm 6-6. The only path is winning the division. The division winner 7-5. The guy behind him is tied with me at 6-6. We're all right there jumbled up together. But they're playing each other. So I need the guy behind me to beat the guy ahead of me. I gotta win, and then I gotta keep my point scored lead. But it's a close one. I'm only up by like 20 points over him. So I gotta.
It's a very competitively average league you're in.
Well, I don't know if I can call it an average league because there's a guy in there that is 11-1. So like he's dominant. He's got a nasty team. So like he's really good. And then the second place team in that league's got 1,600 points scored. So that's pretty good too for this amount of weeks. So there are some good teams in there, but I did get lucky. My division is pretty average. The division, we're all kind of hovering right there at 1,400 points, which ain't nothing special through 13 weeks, 12 weeks. I mean, it's about 120 points a game. 7-5, 6-6, and 6-6. Though I need to win like a 3-team parlay here to get in. Come on, boys, lock in. Let's go. I can't rely on anybody. Can't rely on Drake London. I know he ain't going to sign up and play. And even if he does, can't trust Kirk Cousins. Son of a gun, this all went so poorly. And I swear those damn Jacksonville Jaguars, they just refused to give the ball to Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne had, 50 yards and a touchdown on his first drive. I'm like, here we go. This is what I need. Then I look up, boom, only 86 yards, and they only give him one more pass. And I'm like, what are we doing here? He had a chance. Just whatever. Give me some more news. Stupid fantasy football.
Huge news in the NBA. My Pistons set after 2 years ago, after they set the NBA record for consecutive losses in a single season with 28, they have now reeled off 13 wins in a row, tying their franchise record in both 1990 and 2004, both years that they won NBA titles.
I ain't heard this guy mention the Pistons ever before. Now they're his Pistons. Detroit, though, I mean, like the Lions and Pistons, I mean, this is probably the best they've ever been at the same time, right?
It's a renaissance.
I guess the Lions would have been good in the late 80s, early 90s, right? With Sanders. That was actually probably when they were actually good. That's when the Pistons won a couple championships, too.
Don't let Michigan beat Ohio State this weekend.
Are we rooting for that to happen?
I think I kind of am.
Yeah.
Just to I think it's just funny for Ohio State to continue to not be able to beat Michigan.
Although it is kind of funny. While the bad boy Pistons were so good in like the late 80s, the Lions went 5-11, 4-11, 4-12, 7-9, 6-10. And then 1991 came and they were 12-4. That's when the Bulls had passed the Pistons. So they didn't actually match up and be good at the same time. So this might be the best they've ever been at the same time. Because back in the early 2000s, when the Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace Pistons were good, they were 3-13, 5-11, 6-10, 5-11, 3-13. So, how about that? I don't like watching Cade Cunningham. I changed my mind. I needed Jalen Duren to score points last night, so I was watching the Pistons. And Cade,
it's all based on your bet.
Well, I know, but I was watching, and Cade Cunningham just refuses to pass the ball. And then I was thinking about the other game where he missed like 35 shots or whatever it was. He took like 40-something shots in his triple-double. I'm like, pass the ball every now and then, Cade.
Got to shoot it, man.
Yeah, they just refused to feed Duren. I was getting so mad. He had 6 points in the first like 2.5 minutes. And like, here we go. Because the Pacers ain't got no bigs. It was a great bet. I was like, here we go. And then they froze out Duren really for the next 2 quarters. I was like, what the hell are we doing? Anyways.
I'm excited to see Cade Cunningham's shoes.
Durant said he had one of the best logos. See, when I saw the logo, I didn't really like it. Have you seen the logo?
Yeah, I've seen the logo. I think it's cool.
Did you like it?
I think it's cool.
Bubba, have you seen the logo, the Cade Cunningham logo?
Nope.
The little like CC at the star.
They make a star. Yeah. See, when I saw it, I immediately thought Doritos. Which I do like Doritos, but I was like,
maybe a collab in the future.
I'm willing to be swayed on the logo because I do the CC. It looks cool. Does every logo have to just basically be like the name though? Like Michael Jordan didn't do it. Imagine how dumb or how much different his shoe career would have been if he just went like something with an MJ on it. No, it's the Jumpman. It's cool.
Well,
it's cool.
How much different would his career have been if we didn't get that dunk?
Well, that was just like in the
the dunk contest.
The dunk contest, and it's not that cool of a dunk. Like every player in the league can do that dunk.
Well, yeah, but like
it's really just part of the propaganda. Like, oh, look at this basic ass dunk that we're going to immortalize. But I will say the logo is top notch. Yeah, I guess you can't have Cade Cunningham shooting a fadeaway jumper contested as a logo. It's just everybody's doing the same thing with like their initials as a logo. Everyone talks about this new minimalistic approach, and I don't know if you saw what they did to the Phoenix Mercury logo yesterday, but they're the new sports logo that's like, hey, we had something that was kind of cool, but we're going to update it. And by update, we mean just make it simpler and more generic looking, and now everyone's like bashing the logo and saying, this is stupid. I just miss like cool, like unique logos.
I mean, I agree. Logos have died. The
Yeah.
Big Ten tournament took away the pinwheel in basketball.
It's like the CC. I mean, it is a star, so it is. I guess it is cool, but
I feel like this suits Jared McCain more than it does Cade Cunningham. I know 2 different players, 2 different teams, but it gives me that little pizzazz vibe that Jared McCain puts off.
now I will say I did kind of like Angel Reese's logo, where the A and the R kind of perfectly like intersect, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Any other news?
The offensive lineman that Cody talked about yesterday for Georgia has officially been dismissed from the program. This guy was into some bad stuff here. Arrested after allegedly driving more than 150 miles an hour, faces more than a dozen criminal charges, 2 felony counts of second-degree cruelty to children, 2 felony counts of fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, had 2 of his younger siblings in the car, faces 10 additional traffic-related misdemeanors, including reckless driving and driving at maximum limits. Apparently his mother was involved in the entire thing.
Yeah.
Is Kirby turning a corner, finally starting to dismiss these players?
This guy was a backup. It was during the season. Typically, these are players that get in trouble like in the offseason, right? I will say this, it does feel like this unique to happen during the season for them, right?
Probably. Or
Yeah.
they're just really good at sweeping it under the rug
Yeah,
in
sure.
the season.
Sure, but at least like the stories, I feel like are almost always in the offseason.
Yeah.
Where you have time to do the, hey, run the stairs, hey, do this, this, and this. I imagine Kirby got more angry at this one, A, because it's a backup, but B, it's like a distraction before the stretch run where they're trying to win a championship.
Probably.
Last fantasy football update. This guy does it again, folks. In Jigba's in Paris, Bubba Schoen wins again. He has dug himself out of the gutter. He was looking like he might be a last place team.
He was.
And now he has turned things around. He has won 3 in a row, and he's worked himself up all the way to a chance to make the playoff. He's at least there, a 25% chance. He was basically at 1% a couple of weeks ago. He has grinded his way back into a 1-4 chance. Good job by you, Bubba.
I mean, it took 2 career days from Wandale Robinson just absolutely flooding that, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba as well.
Doesn't matter, brother. Career days are career days, and Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best, the best fantasy pick of the draft. I feel like you got. I don't know, Sam. Where'd you get Jonathan Taylor? I guess because they'd be comparable. Those are the 2.
I think I took Taylor in the 2nd round.
Where'd you get in Jigba? Probably the 3rd round.
I think 2nd as well.
Oh, okay.
I
Never
think
mind.
my first pick was Nico Collins, and then in
Well, either
Jigba
way,
next.
2 great picks by both of you. Congrats to Sam as well.
It's a weird spot 'cause it's like I
clinching
beat
a playoff
Tim, but
spot.
then I think Russ beat me. So
Yeah. Russ is on fire too. Russ was, you know what?
He was worried about going down.
I gotta say, round of applause to Russ as well. For he was staring at last place, and he won 4 in a row. So now he's right there too with the a chance to make the playoff.
He's sitting in a playoff spot where I got to play him. I don't know if I want to see Russ right now.
59% to make the playoffs. Tim's kind of free falling. Bubba's coming up. I got to play Bubba this week. Now I'm sitting there with a 94% chance. I ain't clinched yet, which, by the way, just for the record, Sam's been saying, go make all these trades and all these moves. By the way, look at the moves counter, Sam. You've made more moves than I have this season, just for the record.
I haven't traded with anyone.
I'm just saying the moves counter.
Just
moves.
picking people up off of the waiver wire, being an actual GM. Yep.
How is that any different than making trades? Actual GMs make trades too. How the hell is that any different?
Because a good GM is good with their roster that they drafted. I just supplement it in free agency here.
Yeah,
you're trying to go free agency in the middle of the season.
Okay, tell me about Sam Presti right now, who's the best GM in all of sports. SGA traded for. Oh, they went out and got Alex Caruso, traded for championship.
You had to take advantage of our friend Cody McClure to try and get into the playoffs, and deep down that's what happened for you to have to make this run this year. Deep down that's true.
I don't think I took advantage of him. I do think I won the trade.
You took advantage of him.
No, it was fair.
It was not fair.
It was fair. It was
here today. You don't have to say that it's fair.
I traded my 2nd overall pick for Josh Allen. How's that not fair? Now, look, did Justin Jefferson, can I see the writing on the wall with J.J. McCarthy? Sure. And that's
took advantage of a guy who doesn't watch football.
Well, that is what happened. I will say that. But I will say that I saw that and I said, hey, I gotta get out of the J.J. McCarthy business.
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I told you on draft night you shouldn't have drafted Justin Jefferson.
And look, you can say I'm a trade merchant, but look, as a good GM, and as somebody in leadership positions, you got to know when to cut baits and you got to know when to count your loss. The sunken cost fallacy. You don't want to keep putting more resources into a sunken cost. And I looked at Justin Jefferson and J.J. McCarthy. I said, nope, I'm good. Got to get out of this business ASAP. Yeah, no round of applause, just boos for Cody McClure, who has lost his 4th game in a row and is sitting down at last place.
Staring. Shout out Bubba moneyballing his way in here, though. I'm looking at the points scored, and Bubba's comfortably there at 6, clean 500. He scored 11-11, and Cody scored 11-48.
I mean, same for the boss, and the boss it's caught up to him a little bit. He's on a little bit of a losing streak, but he's still good when it comes to the playoffs, or at least should be.
I think Tim's reeling in about fantasy. I saw him here yesterday, and he was walking out to the back as I was walking out of the bathroom. He's like, "You win in fantasy?" And I was like, "I don't know if I'm going to."
He lost again. There's your fantasy update. We'll talk some football coming up next. Stick with us right here on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
The following radio theater is brought to you by Men's Pro Knoxville.
Hey, Dad, can we play football?
No, buddy.
All right.
Pops, want to work out?
Maybe later.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tomorrow?
You've got one life, and it's too short for not nows, maybe laters, and tomorrows. If you have ED and performance issues, your family, friends, and even your career has already been affected. Book your discreet evaluation at Men's Pro Knoxville and turn your tomorrows into
today.
Yes! Touchdown!
Come on, one more, Dad.
Today!
Push, Dad. One more. Come on, push.
Hey, kids are in bed. What you up to?
Tonight.
Call 865-544-8220 or book now in under 30 seconds at menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, for every man in every season of life.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
thing in this NFL weekend, Sam, change your opinion to the points? I'm looking just at a little quick power rankings. Like, I don't think I changed my opinion on the Rams. I don't think I changed my opinion on the Seahawks. The Eagles, as your typical dumb Eagles loss, I still think they're going to be there in the NFC Championship doing other dumb stuff and making me mad. The Chiefs, I still feel the same about. I don't really know who my fifth team is because I do feel differently about the Bills. I don't like the Bills.
That's what I was just about to say. This week made me feel a little bit different about the Bills. It just doesn't feel like they have got it together this year. I still feel like that team just needs more weapons. It feels like Keon Coleman has just been an absolute bust. Kincaid gets hurt. Shakir's not good enough to carry the load.
I think we also I think at some point we have to hold Josh Allen accountable.
Yeah.
Like the schoolyard stuff, the Shedeur Sanders. I mean, like we make fun of Shedeur Sanders for the way he drifts in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like Josh Allen's doing that too. And the Texans ate him alive because he's running 10, 15 yards backwards. And every now and then he'll make a big play out of it. But like more times than not, he is creating problems, especially against a good defensive line. And he kind of cost them that Houston game doing that. And also, like, there's been a real narrative about him. Have you seen the threads? Have you seen the videos that people have compiled of him trying to sell these calls and get like personal fouls?
Yeah.
I don't like this for Josh Allen, who I want to be ethical. I want him to be an ethical hooper.
Hell, I've been seeing Haley Steinfeld fans that hate the guy.
Really?
Yeah, I saw. Did you see him? He went to Wyoming this week for his jersey retirement, and he brought Haley Steinfeld with him. And I saw all these tweets of like, "I hate this big ugly ogre that he's dating." Blah blah blah.
Really?
Blah, blah. I was like, "Whoa,
damn!"
All our Taylor fans love Travis Kelce. What happened to? Why can't we like Josh Allen?
I didn't know Haley Steinfeld really had fans like that. To be fair,
That's fair too.
I didn't know she had a whole hive or whatever. But nothing else really changed my mind. The Thanksgiving games, I mean, the Cowboys, for now, still alive. They're still, I think, like plus 500 to make the playoffs. So I don't think anything has really changed with their fortune. They're alive. They would have been in real bad shambles, had they had lost to the Eagles. But now we get to have a fun Thanksgiving Thursday where they go out and play the Chiefs. Then after that, they'd have at Lions, Vikings, Chargers, at Commanders, at Giants. Could Dallas get in the playoffs at 9-7-1? You think that's enough in the NFC? 9-7-1?
Maybe.
Doesn't feel like it would be, right?
It does feel like you're at least going to get. Like I feel like it would take just absolute free fall from a couple of these teams here,
which I could see with the Bears.
Yeah.
But like to get in, you're probably going to have at least 9 wins if you're Dallas. I do think you'll probably have 3 teams get to 10 wins though.
They've just got a brutal schedule too. I mean, they've got Chiefs.
Well, you could tell me the Bears lost out, or at least like won one game down the stretch. The Bears have at Eagles, at Packers, home for the Browns, home for the Packers, at 49ers, Lions. I mean, you could tell me they lose out, especially if if the Browns can get decent quarterback play and Myles Garrett just kills Caleb Williams. But even if they just win that one game, that puts them at 9-8. So it's at least on the table that they could have a bit of a free fall here.
Does it feel like the teams that we have just seen be really good over the past couple of years that aren't like having the success that they normally have this year? Do we feel like they're just actually not that great, or are we just waiting for some of these teams that have gotten off to hot starts to kind of come back to the pack?
Well, it depends on who you're asking about. So who are you asking about? Because like the Chiefs, I feel like, hey, that's some fatigue. That's some injuries early in the season. That's Patrick Mahomes not playing good. But look, I'm still on record. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. The Ravens, I feel like, deserve less of a benefit of the doubt, but like I still think they're going to be in the playoff. The Bills, man, like I don't know with them because their defense isn't very good and the offense isn't very good, but like I I do still think they're going to win enough to get in the playoffs. But like Detroit's, I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm pulling the plug on that. Like I said, I just don't think their offensive line's good enough.
That's what I'm saying. It's just hard for me to like see I don't know 10 11 game sample size of these teams not looking great, but they still are in playoff position, and for me to just be like, all right, well, now it's playoff time, they're just going to figure it out.
Yeah, so like I guess it's weird because I feel like those 3 teams in the AFC, like I give the Chiefs the benefit of the doubt. I don't think the Bills are very good. I don't think the Ravens are very good. Does that mean that I will pick them to lose in the playoffs if they play the Colts or the Patriots? I don't know. I think right now, if you told me the Bills were headed to New England or headed to Indianapolis, I would probably pick them to lose. I'd probably pick the home teams to win those games. I think the same for the Ravens. If the Chiefs went to New England or went to Indianapolis, I would pick the Chiefs to find a way to win. In the NFC, like I'm not giving the Eagles like a championship benefit of the doubt, but like I said, they'll be in the NFC championship. I don't think they'll beat the Rams, but like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I still think they're going to be good when it matters. I think they're going to be annoying when it matters. I think they're well coached. I think they'll find some loophole. I think A.J. Brown will make some plays. I think Jalen Hurts will make some plays. I'm giving them that benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, they're 8-3. They ain't really struggled. They just kind of blew that Cowboys game. The 49ers, nope, not buying them. They are. I give them credit for being able to like duct tape this up and keep it alive, maybe to the point of making the playoff. But at the same time, everyone talked in the offseason about how easy their schedule was. So I think they have been living a blessed existence. But no, I don't look at the 49ers. I don't look at the Packers, even if you want to lump them in there. And the Lions, like I like watching that offense. I love Jahmyr Gibbs, who, by the way, down to 25-1 to win Offensive Player of the Year. I was looking at it. I swear, Sunday night, 75-1, and it's changed right under my feet to 33. Now it's down to 25.
Did you get it at the 75 or no?
No. I had it in my queue, and I was looking up because I was just trying to see like his stats and like how far behind Jonathan Taylor he was. And by the time I came back from doing that, I kid you not, within 7 minutes, it had already like shrunk. But I like watching Jahmyr Gibbs. But like even like a Amon-Ra St. Brown to me doesn't feel like a top 5 receiver anymore. Not saying he's not, but like I think last year, the year before, you would look at that and say, not only is he top 5, he might be like number 2, number 3. He's felt a little bit off this year. Laporta probably out for the year. They still haven't unlocked Jamison Williams. There's still those weird David Montgomery series where they insist on like feeding him as if he's as good as Jahmyr Gibbs. And then you look at their offensive line, nothing special where it was like one of the strengths of the league a couple years ago. It was like, the Eagles and the Lions, best offensive lines. Now the Lions don't feel like they're anywhere near that tier. So like, yeah, I'm done kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm still rooting for them. I still want them to win the NFC, but I don't think they have a realistic shot. Like if they go into Los Angeles, I don't think they'll be able to cover Puka, and I don't think they'll be able to block Jared Verse and Byron Young.
Mm-hmm.
So yes and no, Sam. Really, it comes down to Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and maybe this is a bad answer, but like I made the mistake with Brady for so long. My analysis of Tom Brady through most of his career probably wasn't good. I don't know if it was personal bias or just not liking them. If it was, Peyton, if it was wanting Mahomes, being bored, I don't know. But like I always kind of thought it was going to be the year the Patriots were going to lose. Nope. They just, Tom Brady would find a way to get it done. It's over now. Look at them. They're terrible. Nope. Patrick Mahomes is kind of at that level as far as I'm concerned with Brady. All last year, people were ready to write him off. I said, nope, not making that mistake. They rewarded me by getting to the Super Bowl. Got killed in the Super Bowl, but got there.
There's so many teams around the AFC I just don't have any confidence in.
Like who?
The Broncos, the Chargers, the Jags, the Bills.
Yeah.
Probably the Texans too, but that defense is at least really consistent.
See, I got more confidence in the Texans. Assuming CJ Stroud gets back, he's not out for the year, obviously, with just a concussion. But like give me a healthy CJ Stroud and that defense, and I'll take them over the Jaguars, Chargers, and Broncos too. I think they play a better version. Like they were beating the Broncos until Davis Mills had to come in. Like they kind of had a cheap shot on CJ Stroud. He left, and I want to say they were up by 10 when that happened.
I feel like those AFC playoffs are just going to get really wacky.
They are, but I do believe in the Patriots. Bubba, are you worried about the Colts? 4 straight 3-and-outs to end that game against the Chiefs. 4 straight possessions. They
said he was going to look at the tape.
Did you look at the tape? How do you feel after watching 4 straight possessions end in no first downs?
I think the honeymoon with Daniel Jones is slowing back a little bit, but I'm not ready to call it off just yet. We're still halfway together. I still like the guy, but it's going to take a little bit of just readjustment. I mean, also, the Chiefs, man, Arrowhead Stadium, tough place. Tough place to be. I'm not too worried, though. I still think we'll be quite all right to finish the season.
Are you buying yourself as a threat, though, in the AFC? Or are you kind of just like, hey, this is a fun season. Let's make the playoffs. Let's win the division. But no real chance of making the Super Bowl.
I mean, I think if we're a playoff team, we're a Super Bowl team at this point, you know?
What the hell does that mean? That if you make the playoffs, you think you can make the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Which, I mean, I guess in the AFC, that there is no juggernaut. Like, if you don't buy the Chiefs as a juggernaut, and they're probably going to have to almost assuredly have to go on the road, then yeah, you shouldn't be afraid of anybody, I guess.
I mean, I think they better go and make a run for a Super Bowl with what they gave up at the deadline.
Well, that is true. I ain't seen Sauce Gardner really make any plays. I've seen Sauce Gardner make bad plays, if anything, as a Colt so far.
Yeah, it's going to be real frustrating if Donnie Mitchell just continues to ball out for New York as he gets his feet underneath him a little bit more, and then Sauce Gardner just keeps getting burned.
Is it JT or Daniel Jones that you're more worried about right now?
He's asking as a fantasy owner that saw Jonathan Taylor kind of get bottled up last week.
And the week before.
I mean, that's kind of the question, right? I mean, it was the question asked. But, no, I mean, it's worrisome in a way because it's like, okay, Jonathan Taylor gets, bottled up. It's like, okay, what else can we do besides try to depend on our pass game? But then when we're trying to force throws and it just doesn't work out.
Well, the Colts don't have a long list of good wins. You know what I mean?
Got some great wins on there.
They beat the
Broncos.
They beat the Broncos. They beat the Broncos. I'll give them that. On a missed field goal that the refs, kind of inexplicably kind of threw a flag on. But like outside of that, Bubba, the best win is what? The Chargers.
Good Chargers team.
That's 2 playoff teams that got wins over.
I don't say I wouldn't pencil the Chargers in the playoffs just yet without their tackles. Like I wouldn't pencil them in not free falling. Last time we watched the Chargers, they got absolutely smacked by the Jaguars. So I'd be careful.
Jags are fluky. With Jacoby Myers there, now another pass threat.
This is a big game coming up. Colts, Texans.
Who are the Colts in like college football playoff ranking terms this year?
Oklahoma. Actually, no, I take that back. Oklahoma's beaten teams. Oklahoma's got ranked wins. Oregon? Are the Colts Oregon?
Maybe, yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think they're good, but they ain't really had to prove it.
We're going to be just fine.
Kind of like how Dan Lanning's like, we don't do things for clicks, but he's always like, they always got the cameras rolling and these like post-game and pre-game speeches.
And
like
our owners out there.
Yeah, kind of the same way of that. Like Lanning likes the camera, same way the Colts owner likes the camera.
She just wants to learn the game better,
yeah.
learn the team better.
Yeah, just by being out there, sure. I got no issue with her, but then she's like, they had the story of her, the German pub, asking the DJ how to say "let's bleeping go" in German, and then gets on the microphone to fire up the fans. Like she wants to be a celebrity owner. I have no problem with it. Hey, you own the team, embrace it.
She had a bad line over there in Germany at that bar. She said, like, let's murder these beers.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
So, John, though, you said something that interesting. You said a big game for the Colts against the Texans.
Yeah.
How many big games can they keep playing consecutively? Because we said that, this past week about the Chiefs.
And they lost it.
They did. Should they have lost it?
Hold
No.
on. You got the P team likes doing this to me. You misrepresent what I said. Like me telling like Sam and Cody that, hey, if you only watch Red Zone, that's a poor people thing. That gets turned into I can't watch Red Zone on one of my 4 screens or one of my 4 boxes. That's not what the intention of that was.
In the only
I
aspect now.
said it was a big game for the Chiefs. I said the Chiefs had to win that game. But then I said if the Colts win it, Bubba, I would put them in my top 5. I said it was a chance for the Colts to solidify themselves. Not that it necessarily was a big game for the Colts. It was a big game for the Chiefs with a chance for the Colts, kind of with house money, to prove that they are actually legit. And then, kind of like I thought they would, they went 4 straight possessions and went 3 and out and couldn't pick up a damn first down to put the game away. Frauds. But here they are for the division race now. This is a big game against the Texans defense. I need to see if Daniel Jones can bounce back because I still got to, I'm still kind of thinking about what he looked like at the end of the fourth quarter against the Chiefs, and I'm thinking about the Steelers beating him up. Now he's going up against an even better defense at home, but an even better defense that he has to find a way to perform against. Because that schedule ain't the easiest down the stretch for the Colts. Not saying they're not going to make the playoffs or anything, but they could easily lose this division out from under them. They lose to the Texans, and all of a sudden they got to go to Jacksonville and then to Seattle. All of a sudden, you could be on a little bit of a 4-game skid if you're not careful. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Let's talk some college football coming up after the break. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, we talked some NFL. We got to jam pack like a whole 3 days of shows into one here. Bubby got overrated, underrated, ready to go for Nashville in hour 3. Get some Nashville overrated, underrated, ready to go. We don't have to do trivia today since Cody's gone, Sam. Don't worry. But yeah, Bubba, have some Nashville over unders ready to go for hour 3 as we jam pack all this into jam cram. I actually kind of like jam cram.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah, I like jam cram.
I got jam crammed in there.
Let's jam cram this in. Sam, college football. Our boy Brooks Austin carrying the fight for us, carrying the water for us, saying that Tennessee, not Texas, that should be the team. Looking around saying, hey, if we only have 3 losses, we should be a playoff team. Not Texas. Which Texas did lose to Florida.
Yeah.
Is beating A&M, is it really worth that much? Is beating A&M at home much better, that much better than beating Vanderbilt? I mean, it probably is.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, is it enough to overcome losing to Florida is what I'm saying. Let's just say a 3-8 Florida. Maybe they go 3-9, maybe they go 4-8. Either way, they're the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Is that to me, that loss should kind of be disqualifying. I know they beat Oklahoma and we lost to Oklahoma. I get that. But we beat Florida and they lost to a terrible 3-loss Florida team. Man, losing to Oklahoma really sucks, man.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
That's really stupid. That's really dumb.
Think about how much juice would be around this game this week, too. It would be the biggest college football game of the weekend outside of Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan would get the rub just because. I mean, I guess, is that technically a playoff game? Like, if Michigan wins.
Yeah. I mean, I would say so.
If Michigan wins, they'll probably climb the spots to get in, right? At least to get to that 10 to 11 range and have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Would that put them in the conference championship game?
I'm not quite sure. I would doubt it.
I mean, they'd knock Ohio State out, wouldn't they? They'd both be 8-1, and they'd have the head-to-head over them, right?
Yeah. Have Oregon and Michigan played? I don't think so.
Oregon and Michigan haven't played. Oregon and Ohio State haven't played, so there's no tiebreaker there. Maybe it would knock them out, and it'd be between Oregon and Michigan, but it should theoretically knock Ohio State out of it, right?
Man, that'd be funny.
Ohio State probably wouldn't care about not having to play the conference championship game, but they would be pretty sad about losing another game to Michigan. But I guess I didn't really realize that had that big of stakes for Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, their only losses would then be to USC and Oklahoma, which aren't. They're respectable losses,
sure.
I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a win over number 1 Ohio State would probably be enough. But they'd have they might have a conference championship game. They'd probably have to win it. We could have been right there with it. Another rivalry game, winning in. But alas.
Are you surprised to be favored by less than a field goal?
Yeah.
Kind of am too.
Yeah, I am.
I was thinking we'd at least get a 3.5.
It reminds me of Oklahoma in that sense, where the spread was closer than I thought, and then it kind of went the other way. Instead of Tennessee getting bigger, it actually went down. Kind of feel that way about this Vanderbilt game. Now, I do think that Oklahoma's defense, clearly a really good unit. Clearly a really good unit.
I think we're going to see a lot of scoring.
Over under 65.5. You're saying take the over?
I think so.
Well, I was looking at, just there's always this the analytics and the metrics and the EPA and all that. And I did see a graph earlier this morning that just kind of highlighted that Vanderbilt's offense is better than ours. It is, metrically, it is getting more love than ours. It has been more consistent against their opponents. But their defense is kind of basically just completely average. Their defense was right there kind of in the middle of the EPA chart. So to me, that says we should have an advantage because our defense still gets credit for being at least a positive defense, where theirs is just kind of basically, like I said, break even. You combine that with us being on the road, and like I am going to have to really, because I mean, like it's speaking to me just to hammer Tennessee -2.5. You're at home. I think you're the better team. The only difference is the motivation. Like that's really the only thing that I get pause about is the motivation, because I do think we're better. I don't think there's a big advantage for Diego Pavia over Aguilar. Like I would say, like, do you think Pavia is a better quarterback than Aguilar? It's okay if you do. Bubba, do you think he's better? Would you rather have Aguilar or Pavia?
My bad.
Pavia.
You'd rather have Pavia? I mean, Pavia's been playing really good football lately. Sam, you said you'd rather have Aguilar or Pavia?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Aguilar. I mean, I just feel like he's more of a consistent passer. I mean, I know that's probably hard to say after Pavia just went and put up 400-something yards against Kentucky last week and was throwing it all across the yard and had some really, really nice throws. But I still just think that, you know, if you shut down this Vandy running attack, I feel like they become a little bit more one-dimensional.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think they're similar. Similar in terms of production and similar in terms of talent. Like I think they do it different ways, obviously.
I think both of these quarterbacks are good fits for their own system.
Right.
Like I don't think Vandy would be in the same position with Joey Aguilar at quarterback, and I don't think Tennessee would be better with Diego Pavia at quarterback.
I think that's fair. Like I said, I think they're comparable in terms of their production and what they do. Just different ways. Pavia running around doing more stuff like that, and Joey just hitting deep balls. The difference to me is the skill position, though. And that's why I have a hard time not hammering Tennessee -2.5. I just don't see Vanderbilt's defense being able to slow us down. Now, if you tell me it's going to be a shootout, like, okay, I think our defense has a better chance of slowing them down and making them one-dimensional than they do of stopping us. I just don't see them having the secondary to stop our trio of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I keep coming back to. Tennessee's, stable of wide receivers after that game, against Florida, you come in, all three guys, all three of your big three, your three starters, Brazel, Staley, Matthews, over 700 yards. That's big. All three of them, to be able to get there. We had talked about that in the preseason, kind of looked and wondered, if we'd even have a guy that was able to get to 700 yards. Last year, you didn't have a 700-yard receiver.
It's the first time in program history you've had 3 700-yard receivers in the same season.
First time in program history. Like Dante Thornton had 661 yards last year. Nobody else had more than 500.
And it felt like Thornton needed 175 in the final game of the year to get to under 700. Like he was probably going in with low fives.
Yeah. In 2023, Squirrel had 800, which is funny seeing now because he had 50 yards this season. But Keaton had 642. Your next closest didn't even break 300. So, the balance that Tennessee has kept with those three receivers has been really impressive. All three of those guys could be number ones. I don't see how Vanderbilt's going to match up with that. To me, the only thing they have going for them is motivation. I do think it's completely fair to say that they have a motivation advantage because they're playing for the playoff. Diego Pavia is playing for the Heisman. Tennessee is playing for pride, to win 9 games, to play spoiler. I do still think they have stuff to play for, don't get me wrong, but Vanderbilt should have more to play for.
It's just and I think it's still that in-state factor too of just hey, you want to beat down the team that has normally been a doormat, just be the team that kind of puts their season to rest. And even though they've had a historic year, it doesn't end up in a playoff berth type of thing.
Last week, the players could say, hey, we want to be the team. We want to be the program. We want to be the iteration, the number, the 2025 Vols. We want this team to be the one that ends the streak in Florida. We're able to pin our hat on that. We're able to say, hey, we did that. On the flip side, you don't want to be the team that allows Vanderbilt to celebrate on your field as they clinch a playoff spot, or at least in their minds clinch a playoff spot, because they're going to celebrate as if they clinch a playoff spot. You want the good part of the legacy. Hey, we drained the swamp. Hey, we ended that streak. You don't want to be the team that's forever immortalized as the team that lost to Vanderbilt when they had a playoff spot on the line. That gave Diego Pavia the Heisman. No. So like I said, from a motivation standpoint, you should really take that into consideration. Oh, by the way, and look, this is just kind of going back and doing a little box score watch, and I don't really remember the intricacies of that game, of that blowout. But just looking, Arch Manning threw for 328 yards and 3 touchdowns. I believe the first one was like just a little swing pass, right? The first play of the game was just like a little swing pass that went for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other passes were, where he got the rest of his yards. But statistically, he had his way with Vanderbilt. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 328 yards.
You can say that for all the good quarterbacks that have played against Vanderbilt this year, too, I think.
Texas wide receivers are talented. I don't think they're as good as our trio. I don't think Arch is anywhere as good of a passer as Aguilar. I got no reason to really think that we won't be able to do something similar to them through the air. At least you better. At least
Ty Simpson threw the interception on the first drive of the game against them, finished it with going 23-31 for 340 and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, that's one of the best games Ryan Williams has had this year. That's one of the only times he's actually shown up.
They made Garrett Nussmeier look pretty decent in a year where he was just been playing awful football.
Man, looking at Ryan Williams' stats, crazy. He showed up against Vandy. He showed up against us. And that's it, outside of Wisconsin.
I don't know why the entire country wanted to crown him as like the next best receiver after that cool catch against Georgia.
Well, the catch was pretty cool.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know it was cool. But
stakes were big. The moment was big. So, yeah, it looked like he was going to be that guy. But, yeah.
There was no need to put him in the same light as like Jeremiah Smith.
Sometimes people get too excited. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear! Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a pack rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John, Reed, and Cody going wild. No Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen. Ay. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Let's get another batch of headlines going, Sam. What you got?
Thank you. Got some news in the NFL. The Saints are hosting a kicker tryout to Justin Tucker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his first workout since being suspended by the NFL for 10 games for violating their personal conduct policy.
Oh, wow. So the Saints are going to do this. Why would you do this if you're the Saints?
You suck. You know, like, there's no point in doing it. There's no good that comes out of this.
I mean, Justin Tucker, if he was still the most accurate kicker in the history of the league or whatever, like, okay, sure. But he stunk last year. And not only that, but like, creep.
Yeah.
It's not like you're trying to win games even. I don't get it.
Voodoo, maybe they'll do some voodoo on him or something and he'll change his ways. I don't know. It says that he's among those invited. So maybe they're just like letting him get a tryout and then they'll like get another kicker, I'd hope.
Okay. So like, hey, we're going to have like 10 kickers come in. They probably send out some type of group text or some type of thing. And at least Justin Tucker didn't get excluded.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can't fault the Saints until they sign him. If they're like, he's the best. He better be like clearly the best. He better be drilling from 60, not missing.
I would say that there wasn't really much of a need to make this announcement for the Browns, but they have named Shedeur Sanders as their starting quarterback for this week against the 49ers.
I disagree, Sam. I think there was a need to announce it after Stefanski came out and said, not going to say anything. Got to check the tape. Got to do this, and this, because he kind of left it open. Now, I know what you mean. It was clear that like Shedeur should be getting that opportunity, but after Stefanski didn't commit to him after the game, I do think he needed to come out and say it and kind of put it to bed. So now, I will say the Browns are more interesting, and I want to see what Shedeur looks like. Are you rooting for Shedeur? Don't care. Just watching the show. That's kind of how I am. I'm
just
not
watching. Yeah, I'm not rooting against him. Not rooting for him. I mean,
that's how I feel. I'm not rooting for him. Not rooting against him. Just watching the show.
I am like excited for the Titans-Browns game where the Titans lose because Myles Garrett has 8 sacks, and then you get the first take discourse of like, Shedeur Sanders should have been the first overall pick.
I'm not looking forward to Myles Garrett hurting Cam Ward or like sacking Cam Ward. Although, man, I know you saw it too, but that 2.5 minute like highlight video of Cam Ward yesterday
gives you hope.
It did give me hope. Yeah, like, I mean, he's playing better. We talked about, Nate Ametz in the Neo and the Matrix, the game slowing down. You could see the game slowing down for Cam Ward too as he gets better as well. It's common for rookies and freshmen to kind of have that moment. It feels like hopefully yesterday was that for Nate Ametz and he doesn't have to waste half a season, but it does feel like it's happening for Cam Ward right now. He's playing pretty good football.
John's favorite quarterback expected back on Thursday. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said that he anticipates Joe Burrow will return for Thursday night's divisional matchup against the Ravens. He's missed his last 9 games after suffering turf toe in week 2 that required surgery.
That Bengals defense, I give them credit. They were playing hard against New England. They made a couple goal line stands.
The Patriots like red zone offense in that game was crazy.
Yep. A couple times Drake May could have had a rushing touchdown. He decided not to, just to screw my fantasy team. But yeah, I don't like Joe Burrow really, but I do like watching him play from time to time. It's better with him. I'd rather watch him than Joe Flacco.
I guess they'll try and get into the postseason at 3-8.
Gotta win out.
6-5, leading the division, but it's going to take pretty much a undefeated rest of the season for the Bengals to make anything happen. Some MLB news here as they have landed some new media rights deals. The new agreement will give ESPN rights to out-of-market games for all 30 teams. NBC and Peacock will become the new home of the first round of the playoffs and Sunday Night Baseball, while Netflix will now showcase the standalone opening day game in primetime.
Okay, hold on. Slow down. Start over. Sorry. So new baseball TV deal starting when? This upcoming season?
Yes.
Okay, and it's what? ESPN's going to have all the games?
ESPN rights to out-of-market games for all 30 teams.
So basically the extra innings package.
Pretty much.
You can pay ESPN to watch your team out of market.
NBC and Peacock will become the new home of the first round of the playoffs and Sunday Night Baseball.
Okay, so they're getting rid of the TBS, TNT type of deal.
And then Netflix is getting into the game. They will showcase the opening day standalone game in primetime, the home run derby, and then the Field of Dreams game.
Okay, so nothing major for Netflix just yet. Yeah. I mean, the home run derby, sure, whatever, but like.
Yeah, but they said this was a direct result of ESPN opting out of the final 3 seasons of its contract back in February. So Rob Manfred says that they are, trying to kind of, I guess, get in bed with some other media entities outside of ESPN.
Okay.
There was, as well, with Netflix trying to get into the sporting stuff, Elle Duncan from ESPN.
Yeah.
You recognize her?
I love Elle Duncan.
She's going to be reportedly the face of Netflix's sports division.
Not so much the Georgia fan in her, but she's also a Hawks fan. I find her to be beautiful as well and funny. I think she's got a good personality. I'm a big Elle Duncan fan.
Well, you'll have to watch her on Netflix now.
I might, actually. I probably won't. I don't really watch too much sports analysis anymore.
Me neither.
But I do think she's funny. Whenever she made that face at Big Perk when he said, "You need a big perk," she just kind of looked at him. I laughed. I like Elle Duncan. So Netflix is starting a new show, I guess, is what's happening, or what does that mean?
They're just trying to get into like live sporting streaming.
So like the studio shows, like she's going to be doing like a studio show, like a pregame, postgame thing for like NFL. Like say that when the NFL's on Netflix, like she's going to be doing that, or
that's what I would assume.
Is she doing like a Sports Center version of a Netflix show, like a recap? I could see that having an opportunity to be successful, like an on-demand 30 minutes a day, just like highlight package, which I guess Netflix would then have to pay for the highlights, so maybe they wouldn't, but like they're already kind of in bed with the NFL and baseball now. Maybe that comes with some rights deals, but put like a 15, 20-minute video up on Netflix every day.
Yeah.
I could see that being popular with kids that don't have cable.
Netflix has the next 2 Women's
Bowls?
World Cups.
The next 2 what?
The next 2 Women's World Cups.
Interesting.
That seems like pretty big.
Yeah, it is big.
I don't think the role for Elle Duncan has necessarily been like defined yet for this Netflix stuff.
Okay. I like Elle Duncan though. Good for her. I'm sure she got a big bag, so
yeah, I bet she did too.
That's cool.
She did too. Got some Pro Football Hall of Fame semifinalists for the 2026 class. Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, and VFL Jason Witten are among the
2026 semifinalists in their first year of eligibility. Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers also on there, Frank Gore, Fred Taylor, Torrey Holt, Steve Smith Sr., Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne.
Oh boy, stop. I can only take so much. That's my. I wouldn't call that my youth. That was like my adult years of like.
Say, this is like my youth. I feel.
Yeah, like those are. You're now at the point, Sam, where all the Hall of Fame guys you will remember watching them play. But for a lot of those guys, I remember their whole entire career. Like, I mean, I was 14 when Eli Manning got drafted. I watched his whole career.
The defense is like Robert Mathis, Vince Wilfork, Luke Kuechly, Terrell Suggs, Rodney Harrison.
All right, enough.
Earl Thomas. Ugh.
Enough.
Chauncey Billups pleaded not guilty to charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy on Monday during his appearance at a federal courthouse in Brooklyn. He's been accused of being a quote-unquote face card in a scheme that helped lure players to illegal poker games.
Chauncey's playing in this $100 game. I'm going to go play. That's what the idea there is, a face card. Like he's recruiting people, and it's like, oh man, if Chauncey's playing, he don't know how to play cards. I'll come play. Are you more interested in the Chauncey Billups legal battle lawsuit or the Jordan Hudson Pablo Torre lawsuit, where she has said she's going to sue him and posted screenshots that she thought was proving Pablo wrong? Now Pablo's coming back and saying that an expert has told him that was clearly photoshopped with the way the lighting was. So like we're going to have that one play out in the court of public opinion online.
I think I'm much more interested in the Pablo Torre.
Yeah.
Hudson. Just because I think it's his life mission to go like dunk on her.
Well, now it is. Now, if she's going to sue, like the whole like the legal battle will open up some can of worms for her, where she's going to have to. I think it's called discovery, right? Where then you have to give more information, and they can actually ask you some questions and get to know some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun to watch play out. All right. Anything else?
Ohtani playing in the World Baseball Classic again for Japan.
That's cool. I mean, him striking out Mike Trout.
That was a cool moment.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. I feel like that was the end of Mike Trout's career in terms of being an elite player. I feel like that's the last time I remember a Mike Trout moment.
I feel like we're just going to continue to see like Japan get even better at this. Like, I don't think the World Baseball Classic might be fun for the U.S. in some point.
Oh man! So yeah, we're slipping in baseball. We're slipping in basketball. We're opening up this can of worms in the Olympics with flag football. What are we doing? We're losing our grip on sports. We're losing our grip. Also, important local news, Sam. You haven't got to that. Smokey.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Smokey has retired. They finally gave up on him. He didn't like being out there. He didn't like the crowd. He didn't like the fireworks. They finally have put him out of his misery and said, fine, dog, you can retire. We're not going to make you do this.
It's a big one for the next Smokey. You know, we can't have – you got room for one misfit, but you can't have a couple in a row, you know? Like, do you start having questions about recruiting and your bloodline in the Smokey family?
Well, the good news is the bar is low.
Yeah, it's at the floor.
The good news is the bar is low. All you got to do is be able to run out of the tunnel. Just be out there, and you'll be all right.
What do you think his, like,
legacy is?
What do you think was, like, the final straw with the trainers in terms of just like, oh, God, we just can't do it with this guy anymore?
It's just the end of the season, I'd say. End of football season. They said, all right, let's just pull the plug. But, I mean, it is sad because, like, the reports have been out there for 2 years, like, whatever, that this dog just doesn't want to do this. But, like, he was bred to do it. Like, he was born to do it. And he's like, I'm good, and I don't want to do it.
Like, are they just shooting blanks in his ear and on the weekends, just being like, come on, buddy, you got to try and get used to this noise?
It's kind of sad.
At some point, this is just animal cruelty.
Yeah, I was going to say, at a certain point, it's just sad. Yeah, at a certain point, it's just like, hey, this dog doesn't want to do it. Like, then you start thinking about the whole idea of, like, live mascots. Like, Mike the Tiger, he's just sitting in that damn little cage, rotting away with cancer.
He has cancer?
Well, I mean, like, didn't that happen with the last Mike the Tiger? Maybe this current one does it, but like, didn't the other one like have cancer? Am I wrong on that?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
I mean, the last Smokey also was sick, but like that's different. But like Mike the Tiger, I feel bad about him in that.
He's got a nice
little cage
over there in Baton Rouge.
Does he?
That thing's pretty big.
You sure? Mike the Six.
Did you go down and give Mike a look when you went down?
Yeah,
there?
I didn't look like he had that good of a life as these drunk fans were just taunting him and yelling at him. He's just sitting there like, oh my God.
The enclosure was pretty big.
They didn't have no
some waterfalls and stuff in there.
They didn't have no women in there for him to hang out with. He was just there by himself, dealing with drunk people, yelling at him and taunting him. I know Ralphie the Buffalo can't be having too much fun. They keep him in that damn trailer, keep him locked up, and then just let him run out there. And then, all right, back to the cage you go.
He's running rampant, too. Like, he wants to just run out of the stadium, it looks like.
Bevo just looks miserable. Don't get me started on Uga.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started on how sad that dog is.
I think Washington's kind of the only school that's got a happy-looking live mascot.
Yeah. He does look happy.
Our live mascot's on the way out.
I like him, but like I said, all it took was Smokey telling me he didn't like it to kind of change my opinion on it. So it does kind of prove your point of we need this next Smokey to be a good boy and like to be the belle of the ball. We need him to really go in there and be the alpha and like really enjoy it. Howl for us. Yeah, apparently Mike the Tiger had cancer back in 2016. I don't know if it's the same Tiger. Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah. Then it says in 2019, I don't know if the other one had radiation treatment. I don't know if this Tiger's been fighting it for 3 years. I don't know. That's sad. Let's move on. Let's go to break. We'll come back. Bubba, you got overrated, underrated, ready to go? Thumbs up from Bubba. We'll play some over-under coming up. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio. The voluntary reaction.
This football season, tune into Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all, The Voluntary Reaction, presented by the Griffin Law Firm. We'll be live on the Fan Run Radio app as soon as every UT game is over, taking your calls and breaking down the game to levels that can only be described as beyond scientific. So tune in and drink with us from the keg of glory or drown in the pool of despair. The Voluntary Reaction on Fan Run Radio.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Timeless traditions start with the ones we love and what we bring home for the season. Bring Inward Half home this holiday. Comfort and performance, made for the journeys you take and the memories you make. For quiet moments or the days you'll remember forever. From performance polos to cozy hoodies, Modern apparel for men, women, and kids. There's something for everyone. This holiday, make tradition comfortable. Make it memorable.
Exclusive events and experiences. Come visit Foot Rockwall, Golf Performance Center, Hit Track's batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Overrated. Very overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why.
I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated.
He underrated, man. He has some swag. He has some real swag.
Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
Even without Cody McClure, the show must go on. It's Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday. We don't care what day of the week it is. All we care is that it's overrated, underrated on this day that we live in our lives.
You're a weird dude, Bubba. You're a weird dude.
I got weird influences, John.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, what topics you got, Bubba?
Well,
Hellfire. You know how the game works. Let's go.
It's Nashville, aka Vanderbilt week. So we've got a whole topic wheel. You want me to label them off or just as the wheel goes?
As the wheel goes.
All right. So starting off, gentlemen, we got the Grand Ole Opry. Is that overrated or underrated?
I like the Grand Ole Opry. I think it's a good venue. Seen some things there. Frolicked around there. I don't have too many complaints. A lot of people there like around the holidays, but I don't know. I think it's properly rated.
I find it to be a little overrated just because it just a personal experience where I went to a concert. It was on me. I didn't understand the rules. I didn't understand what the Grand Ole Opry was. So maybe this is my ignorance. It's cool, like in terms of a historic venue, but like I don't like seeing people get promoted there, like as if they're going to be at the Grand Ole Opry. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go watch this guy I want to see, and I was like, is he doing a concert? I thought it was a whole show, and then boom, 2 songs. I'm like, wait, what? Like, oh, that's what happens at the Grand Ole Opry. So from that perspective, it was really overrated. But when I was there, I was like, oh, this is cool. This is history. Now, that being said, maybe this is just me, again, a personal thing, but it was one of those things that once I did it, I said, okay, I got no reason to ever go back. Been to the Grand Ole Opry. Check it off the list. Don't ever need to go back. So from that perspective, it's also overrated. So respectfully, I got to go that the Grand Ole Opry is a little overrated. But it's cool. It's worth doing once if you haven't done.
What happened to our noise, Bubba?
This guy can't spin a wheel.
We've got line dancing, two-stepping, good old honky tonks. Overrated or underrated?
Well, you said like 3 different things there.
They're all the same to me.
Is it line dancing or is it honky tonks? So I like me a good honky tonk. I like going to a good honky tonk and watching people bounce around. Now, I don't want to get out there and line dance. I don't really have any interest in doing that. Really, any iteration. I don't want to do the cha-cha slide either. I don't want to get out there and do the wobble. None of that. I like watching people line dance, though. Somebody that knows what they're doing, get out there and shake around and know the steps. That's pretty cool, especially women. So I'll go probably that line dancing's a little underrated. I don't like doing it, but I like watching it.
I'm going to go overrated. I'm with you. I got no interest in doing it myself. I'd look like a fool going out there and doing it, even trying.
And I love to dance. I love to dance. This isn't like hey, John doesn't like being on the dance floor. No. Au contraire, I love dance. It's one of my favorite things to do. I've just never gotten into the line dance portion of it.
you like a freestyle.
Yeah.
You don't like to have to be choreographing everything.
You don't seem like you like dancing.
I think that's completely fair.
Yeah, I don't see you as a dancer at all. So, like, when you say that you don't like line dancing or it's overrated, I fully believe that. I just want to clarify. I like to dance. Sam, not a dancer.
Al Gore. Overrated or underrated?
Did Al Gore go to Vandy?
I believe so.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure you think so, or are you sure he went to Vandy?
I'm sure I think so.
Okay, I was going to say, for some reason, like, if you'd asked me where Al Gore went, I would have said Belmont. I thought he went to Belmont. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
It's also in Nashville.
He did.
He did what? Vandy or
went
Belmont?
to Vandy.
Vandy? Okay. Good job by you, Bubba. Al Gore, I mean, I appreciate the internet. Where did that come from? I've never gotten the lore behind that. So
Bear Pig?
Huh?
Man Bear Pig?
Man Bear Pig. What the hell is that? I mean, I know that's South Park, but what is that?
That's the whole thing with like Al Gore and their joke with them.
Okay, what is it? Explain it to me. I've seen the
Well,
episodes,
it's a man, it's also a bear and a pig all in one.
Is that like the internet joke?
I guess. I don't know.
You're not much help sometimes, Bubba. When I ask for clarification, you just confuse me more than ever. Like Al Gore, that's one of the things you think of when you think of Al Gore. He claims he created the internet. Was it just the idea?
That's not Tim Berners-Lee.
Al Gore. I'll get to the man bear pig. Let me see here. Okay, it's a fictional character. Okay, it represents his activism and obsession with climate change. Okay. Oh, so I mean, man bear pig's just supposed to be climate change?
You learn something new every day.
Okay. That's one of my earliest memories. I mean, that is my first real memory of politics outside of the whole Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky thing. That was a big part of my childhood. Hearing about that all the time. Impeachment, what does that mean? He did what with her? But he's married. He's married to Hillary. How could he do that? But then after that, it was like, the whole 2000 election, which was really cringe and really annoying as a kid, like thinking back of being like 5th grade when like my friends would be online, like arguing about it. And I was like, what do you guys know about politics? What do you mean? Like, what are you trying to tell me about? Why are you guys trying to act like that? And then you realize as you get older, they're really just listening to what their parents are saying and just, parroting that.
Was that the whole like recount thing?
Yeah.
Sounds like he quit law school at Vanderbilt to go
create the internet,
run as a representative for Tennessee's 4th congressional district.
Interesting. Yeah, Bubba. So like they thought Gore had won Florida, but then it's like actually it's too close to call. We're gonna do a recount, and then like the whole time, George Bush's brother is running the state of Florida. So it's like this seems like a conflict of interest. The next thing you know, boom, Bush won Florida. Bush won the presidency. It was pretty crazy. It took like 40 days, I think, to figure out, or 30 days or something. I don't know the exact, but it took a while. It was on the news for a long time. All the kids in my school were really rolled up on it and all thought about it. I was like, what the hell? Why do we care? We're 10 years old.
Guess he's underrated then.
He was very close to being president.
Very close.
Very, very close. I guess that he'd be about as close as you could get without being the president, outside of being like somebody being assassinated or dying. The one guy died, 20 days into it, given his, because he got sick at the inauguration. Maybe that was more of a close call, but Al Gore was pretty damn close. Pretty damn close.
Up next, we have luxury hotels like the famous Opryland Hotel. Is that overrated or underrated?
This is probably going to surprise no one, but overrated. Overrated. What's the point of the real nice hotel like in Nashville? I get if you're staying at a really nice hotel, like at a resort, like if you're like at a place, at a beach or, something like that. But just a real nice hotel in Nashville just seems kind of like unnecessary. Maybe I don't go to hotels the right way, though. When I go to hotels, my plan is to kind of just lay in the room and not do anything else. Like, I don't really want to go out and I don't even like getting breakfast at hotels. I don't like sitting around those people eating, really. Carrying your luggage or just seeing each other. No thanks. The food's not very good. I'm all right. What else can they really offer you? Free cookies? They give you free cookies when you check in? I don't know. That's cool when Hilton does that. But otherwise, what's the point of the luxury hotel? What do you need? Just a really nice bed? It doesn't matter what the bed is. I'm not going to sleep well in a hotel. I can't sleep in hotels at all. And my skin breaks out. I get really dehydrated, I think. I get really dry whenever I go places. It's very weird. I always get like a rash, like a small rash on like my knuckles or my hands. I got to like make sure I take lotion and like really lotion up no matter where I go.
Do you use their shampoo?
This happens like pretty much as soon as I get in the hotel. I don't know if there's something like in the air purifier or something, but like it kills me. Like when I go to Vegas, by the time I get to the room and I'm sitting there, like the flight and the air and everything, my hands are completely like dry and I'm broken out. It's very strange. I mean, eventually, yeah, I do use their shampoo, but like it's.
You said this happens in every trip you go to?
Pretty much, man.
Not just Vegas specifically?
Yeah, no, pretty much.
Out west and like the altitude. And...
Anytime I get on a plane, it's pretty much happening. Now, Vegas, I do feel like it happens worse there. I don't know what the reason there is, but like, yeah, my hands break out and I get my stomach gets hurt. Like, not to be too graphic, but like if I go on a trip, I pretty much have to take my own toilet paper just in case because, you know, these hotels, they don't really treat you well.
Packing a roll in the suitcase?
Yeah, in the carry-on.
Nice.
To make sure I have what I need.
That's a great use of free will.
I know. People will tell you, you don't want to take your own. You don't have to do that, but you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You want to.
When you're hurting.
When you're hurting.
Using that one ply.
You don't want to do that, man. Mm-hmm. Especially a guy like me. Like I said, on trips, my stomach goes in shambles anyways. On trips, I'm in the bathroom at least 3 times a day, 4 times a day. That adds up when you got that single ply. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
It's important.
If you don't take anything else from me, Sam, our time together, take that the rest of your life. Whenever you travel, just take your own toilet paper. It's going to make everything much better. You go to somebody's house.
I 100% agree. That's one of the things I invest in.
You go stay at your grandma's house for the weekend or something. I don't know how your grandma is. A lot of grandmas are cheap, single ply. Take your own toilet paper. They'll never know. Now, you might have to sneak it, put it in the hoodie when you go to the bathroom so you don't offend them. But life's too short to use bad toilet paper.
Amen to that. That's a good T-shirt.
I used to bring my own to work. At the old studio, when Nate was skimping on the toilet paper and just had single ply in there. Bad enough we were in a damn bomb shelter. We couldn't even have toilet paper in there. I would bring my own toilet paper to work. I would.
Would you let me use it if I asked?
I'd roll my eyes and be like, I guess. But I would. At least once. If it was an everyday thing, I'd be like, hey, at a certain point, you got to bring your own toilet paper, bud. There's got to be a two-way street here. But I would let you. But then if I let you, then Bubba would ask, then Cody would ask, and next thing I know, I'm bringing toilet paper for everybody. I don't want to do that.
Should have just had like a 4-pack of really nice stuff, like tucked away in one of those corners of.
I ain't asking for toilet paper.
You seem like you don't really care what goes up there for you.
I want to be a bidet guy.
Yeah.
That's Christmas Santa.
Noted. I'm just gonna get you a water bottle with a good like spout on it.
Good hole in it.
Yeah, you can just squeeze it. Same thing.
Luxury hotels overrated for sure. Especially the Opryland Hotel. It's terrible.
Maybe I'm just not rich. Maybe like
in it.
maybe if you go to certain places, like if you go to New York or something, I could see staying at a really nice like one in New York. Like I could maybe see that.
You're so far away from all the amenities of Nashville, staying at the Opryland Hotel. It's just like not even, you're isolated.
Yeah, really, it's just the Opryland I feel like is overrated. Like I would like to reserve judgment. Like I said, if I went to a nice place and stayed at an actual like 5-star hotel or whatever, you probably would be like, oh, I could never go back. But I just hate being in hotels. I hate it. But I went back to hotels from Airbnbs. I don't like Airbnbs either. I don't like Airbnbs at all. I prefer a hotel to Airbnb. It's crazy how life works. When Airbnbs came out, everyone's like, oh my God, thank God, no more hotels. But then you're like, actually, I kind of just prefer the hotel.
Up next, we have Nashville hot chicken. Overrated or underrated?
So the Nashville hot chicken, what's the lore there? Was Nashville the first place to ever have like spicy chicken? Is that the idea, Sam? You're a Nashville guy.
Yeah, like the whole story behind it is there was this one guy that I want to say that, or maybe this one woman, and I can't remember the entire details of the story. Either way, a partner cheated on the other partner, and as a get back, they basically put like all these spices and all this stuff like in their chicken and created just like a super hot chicken to try and like ruin their day. And then eventually turned into like, oh wow, I think this actually tastes good. People like this. And it's kind of just gone from there. I don't really love it. I mean, especially like the hottest stuff. Like I've got a friend who goes for the hottest chicken of all time. He'll send me some pictures of hot chicken that he eats and it damn near looks black. And I'm like, that makes my tummy hurt just looking at it. I don't love it. I see why people do. I think it's a little overrated though in terms of like Nashville cornering the market. I think a lot of other people can make hot chicken too.
I mean, good for Thornton Prince. You know, he's the guy that gets to be immortalized, Prince's Hot Chicken, for being a cheater. And he got to turn it into a business, and his legacy is there. But yeah, according to legend, his woman, was tired of him cheating on her, so she had made him some chicken, and little did he know his partner had put a devilish amount of cayenne pepper in his dish. However, her plan backfired because he ended up loving it. So much so they took her recipe and opened up the first Nashville hot chicken shop, Barbecue Chicken Shack, which is now the famous Prince's Hot Chicken Shack, ran by Prince's great niece. How about that? How bad would you feel if you were that woman? Not only did you get cheated on, he stole your recipe, and I assume
that's good.
I assume made a lot of money off of it, and you probably didn't get anything from it.
You probably went and ate that chicken and said, "Damn, that was good. I'm gonna go get with my Gumar now."
My new woman, we're gonna go make this together. I don't really like spicy chicken. I'll go to Gus's, and I know that's not even hot chicken, but like it's a little too spicy for me. I don't like it. I don't like it.
The levels of it are just too hard, where it's just like, I don't know.
I'm such a simple man. Like everything you ask, I don't like hotels. Oh, I don't like hot chicken. I don't. What the hell do I got going on in my life? Cade Cunningham, bum. Don't like him. Spin it hard, Bubba. You never watch The Price is Right? Give the wheel a spin.
This band comes from Franklin, John. Maybe the age you were growing up. Paramore. Overrated or underrated?
This might be a really dumb question. Are Kings of Leon from Nashville too?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I thought that's where you're going whenever you said the band comes from there. I got to be honest. Paramore is a little bit of a blind spot for me. I don't really listen to them. Haley Williams seems cool. She's got a good voice. Everything I see about her online, she seems really cool. Some of my friends swear by her. I trust their music taste. I've just never really gotten into them. It's a blind spot for me. And then whenever I talk about it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go listen to some Paramore. I'm going to go listen to Haley Williams. I mean, I like her singing on that airplane song. Let me pretend that airplanes in the sky like shooting stars.
It's one of the worst songs you could pick.
Well, no, I just like her voice on that. Yeah, I need to go listen to her more. I feel like they're pretty good. I feel like they're pretty popular, or at least like they get credit for being good. I can't make an informed statement, though. Sam, do you like Paramore?
Shout out Paramore, underrated. Believe one of the, I don't know who, but I'm like 90% sure one of the members of Paramore went to my high school. So,
really
underrated.
Because I guess you're from Franklin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of weird because like you're famous, you're from a place, but like it's also Nashville, like where so many famous musicians are probably like living and or from, so you don't get full credit. Can you spin the wheel, Bubba?
There's a lot of empty slots. What the world, brother?
This is what I told you the problem's going to be.
Cowboy boots, John.
I got some cowboy boots on right now.
Driving your Tesla, that's for sure.
That's right. Beat you up and stomp you out in the boots and then get in the electric car and save the environment. Find you a man that could do both, Bubba. I like putting on boots. Walk a little taller. Kind of hard getting them off, though, at night. I don't like taking them off. Cowboy boots are probably a little overrated, to be honest. I do like them, though. I like the smell of them. I don't ever feel really comfortable in them, though. Like,
no.
My feet hurt. Like, my foot swelled up. I wore them to a football game and was out there all day, and then my foot was sore the whole next day. It's like, it's not very practical. So I got to go overrated.
Unless you're an everyday wearer of them, they're not a very practical shoe at all. Talk about bad gas mileage on like the Lamborghinis. Boots are at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. I do like putting them on, though.
You do feel powerful.
It brings me back to my home, too. I like doing certain things because I don't think I'm ever going to have cattle again. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that. So there are certain things that do kind of remind me of home, and putting on cowboy boots is one of those things. Kind of sad when you think of it that way.
I think we've swung a little too far in the other direction, too, of them becoming just like people just buying them as just like a nice shoe to go out and wear. And like you see people who don't necessarily like know how to wear boots wearing boots.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody tried to pull my credentials at a game, and this guy, I was like, buddy, I've done more on the farm than you could ever imagine doing. All right. Just because you like country music doesn't mean you could question why the hell I got boots on. I was like, relax. This big rough and tough guy wearing an extra large jersey when he should have been a 3XL was asking me questions, like trying to like quiz me on it. I was like, buddy, relax. First, he was just trying to like, oh, what kind of boots are those? Oh, wow. What do you do for work? And just kind of looking at me. He didn't know what the hell to think when I said radio.
Was he wearing boots?
Yeah, he was.
Did you ask him what he did for work?
No, I didn't care. I didn't care what he did. I thought it was a weird question. But like I said, he'd kind of ease his way into it. And I knew he was trying to be a jerk. But like I said, I don't feel uncomfortable in that regard. Because like I said, I got the credentials. I can wear cowboy boots from that regard. I've done more stuff on the farm than most people. But he didn't get that vibe. He was trying to question me. I should have did some follow-ups. But like, hey, just because you're a welder doesn't mean you can wear cowboy boots either, technically, buddy. You know what I mean? That was kind of the vibe he was giving. But whatever.
Up next, we have bachelor trips, bachelor parties. Overrated or underrated?
I don't have enough friends. I don't really get invited on bachelor parties. It's kind of sad. You would think, guy like me, 35 years old, been around a while, you'd think I'd been on countless bachelor parties, but really I've probably only been on like 3 or 4. It's kind of sad. That's sad, actually, when you think and count about it. What's so wrong with me that people don't want me to go party with them? What's so bad about that? My buddy AJ, that's kind of the only one I've ever been on, honestly.
Maybe. I feel like they're a pretty expensive venture, though. You know, like you're not most of the time staying local.
Yeah, I mean, I got dough, Sam. I ain't broke. Like I could afford to go on a bachelor trip.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's necessarily one of those things that you're like, oh man, I got to go on my 10th bachelor trip.
I just mean getting invited by my friends, like being invited to theirs. Maybe the problem is like most of my friends ain't gotten married. Most of my friends ain't married. And the ones that are, like, I mean, I guess we weren't super close at the time. But I do think about it. What's so wrong with me? Why don't people want to go party with me? Makes you think. You do some self-reflection. But ultimately, I come back to, it's their problem. They're missing out. It's not me. It's them. That's the problem.
They're having a bad trip without me.
Yeah. They did. Why wouldn't they have wanted to invite me? They probably knew it was going to be boring. Didn't want to bother me. I get it.
Their loss.
I'll remember it, though, when it comes time for my bachelor party. I know some people that aren't going to be invited to mine. And I'm going to make sure it's so fun. See how it feels. It's sad. I need some other of my friends to get married. That's the real problem. Is I can really only count like 3 or 4 friends that are actually married. And like, of those, I think a couple of them didn't even have real bachelor parties. Like I went to one that was just like a night out in Atlanta. That wasn't a real bachelor party as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I guess it kind of was, but it was just kind of lame. We just went to like a club and that was it. Boring. The girls in Nashville, though, Bubba, seem like they have a good time on theirs. They're out there on those damn paddle taverns, wooing around, having a good time, living it up, kissing on boys, getting drunk. What do you think, Sam? You like bachelor parties?
Sure. They're all right.
Yeah.
Going on one in February.
You're going on one in February? Mm-hmm. Wow, rub it in. So young and full of friends. Good for you.
Same here, but also I know people that's going on it also, so I don't know how that goes.
You know, I should take that back. There was a guy, and he invited me on his bachelor party, which I was really surprised to have made the list, honestly. But then I didn't go. So maybe he's like, maybe that's why I didn't get invited. Maybe people know I won't go. I don't know. There's like 20 people. They're going on a cruise together. Like, me and the guy are cool, but like I didn't think I'd make like a bachelor party list cool. But then I only was going to know one people out of like 20 something, and like going on a cruise, like I don't really want to do that. But I kind of regret it. That was a chance for me to become better friends with that guy.
Maybe it was a sign not to.
Well, you could look at it on that way too. I don't really like cruises anyways. If it was just like a beach trip with 20 guys I didn't know, I probably would have gone to that. But I didn't want to like have to get on a boat, and I don't like cruises anyways, really. I didn't want to be on a boat, and then you had to room with people, and I didn't want to deal with that.
Beaching with the boys or cruising with the boys?
I'd rather beach with the boys. Honestly, though, I don't want to go anywhere with the boys, especially people I don't know, because when I go on trips, Bubba, I like to do what I want to do. I don't have, and what I mean by that is I don't have to be doing something all the time. Like when I go to Vegas, my friends, like when I went to the casino with my buddies like a week or two ago for his birthday, they all run around doing stuff. I just want to sit and watch sports sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be doing something all the time. I just want to sit sometimes. And I understand not everybody wants to do that, which I'm fine. I'm like, hey, I don't need you to sit with me. But I got a lot of money on this game. I'm going to sit here and watch it. No, I don't want to go to the roulette table right now. No, I don't want to go to dinner. I'm going to watch this game. You guys go for it, though. I'm an adult. I can entertain myself. No, John, you got to be with the group. And that's why I don't get invited on bachelor parties. Damn. If you're out there listening, you're about to get married, you need a friend at the bachelor party, just let me know. I'll come. I'll be the life of the party. But not too much. Not reckless. The good amount. I'll keep everybody in line. But not like the dad. Like the cool older brother. I'll look out for you. Just let me know. That's sad. Last call on the other side. We'll wrap up this week of shows. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, hit tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Hi, I'm Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group. Are you looking to buy or sell a home? Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or just need a change, it's never been more important to have experienced, trustworthy representation in the real estate process. So if you have any real estate questions, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust. Call me anytime for a free chat, 865-742-1035, or find me online at bonowshouses.com. The Kregner Group, real estate the right way.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
call here on the program. You boys got any predictions for the Tennessee Vanderbilt game? Do you think we'll have any dust-ups with the Pavia family?
Have a dust up with the Pavia family. I'll tell you that, John.
Between the mom and the brothers, I'm a little worried about what happens if they come into the stadium. I feel like there'll be some bad reports there.
Yeah, I do feel like our fans are going to have some choice words for those two.
Yeah. Well, I think for the mom, too. I think she's kind of made herself a celebrity kind of at the wrong time. I mean, you're getting kind of beat over the head with it, even to where the point like Joey Galloway and Kirk Herbstreit were kind of discussing it yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
That made me laugh.
Where Galloway's like, do we have to show her all the time?
It's like, I'm not complaining. I was just wondering.
Do we have to do it all the time? So I do think that's kind of going to lead to that's going to kind of lead to some a worry about, just like I said, some dust ups. Maybe not the warmest welcome for the Pavia family here this weekend.
I feel good about the game. I mean, I don't think it's going to be hey, we're going to go out there and blow them out like you did last year type of thing after they got off to a hot start. But I've got confidence in this group to be able to rally the troops in back-to-back weeks. You got your momentum from your Florida game. Let's get to the end of the year. Let's get 9 wins. Let's go in the in-state rivals season. I think you still got a lot to play for in that sense. So I feel confident in these guys going out there and being ready to go out there and get it done.
It'd be disappointing if they didn't.
Last game in Neyland, too, for a lot of those guys, too. Let's go out there and end on a high note,
That matters. Senior day. And do you expect the crowd to be good? I've seen some people that I know usually make sure they're at almost all the big games, like not being able to go because of the Thanksgiving break. I know the students, maybe they'll come back for it. Maybe they won't since it's not a playoff spot. I don't know. But do you think you're going to get a really good Neyland Stadium atmosphere?
I feel like it's never great for this game.
Right.
But most of the time, it's not really a game that has implications, to your point. So I don't know. I feel like the locals at least are going to be fired up, and there's enough time in between Thanksgiving for people here around Knoxville and kind of some of the surrounding areas. Maybe not your Memphis and your Nashville people and all that stuff, but I think there'll be a decent enough crowd.
Yeah, I was trying to decide if I was wanting to kind of maybe go to it or not.
Decent prices for the tickets?
Yeah, prices will be fine. And I usually have a friend that can help out there, but it's always just around things. I've never really, it's been a long time since I've been to a Tennessee Vanderbilt game. Like I don't think I've been to one past, like it's very possible, Sam, that the last Tennessee Vanderbilt game I went to was when Peyton Manning led the band. Like I don't think I've gone to one. I don't think I've gone to one since then. Thanksgiving holiday kind of always kind of plays into it, or at least around that time. But like you said, there's never any stakes. And the times where it is a good game, that typically has always meant Tennessee has just been bad, where it's actually like a coin flip because we're like 7-4, or like, 5-6 trying to make a bowl game or something. Like this is the first time Vandy's came in where they've been good, where Tennessee's actually had a good team.
Maybe it's just me being from Nashville, but like I feel like a lot of my buddies that, went to school up here that are also from Nashville, like they almost go to the Tennessee Vandy game in Nashville more than the one in Knoxville, or like just with how it's always timed out.
Yeah, I've always thought about it, like more so about going to Nashville and just doing like a weekend there, like around that time. But then I'm always like, I don't want to travel Thanksgiving weekend and then like actually deal with that game. But maybe this one. I was there when Peyton led the band against them. I was there for that one. But that really might be the only Tennessee Vanderbilt game I've ever been to. Which is kind of weird. I don't know if I've ever been to a Tennessee-Kentucky football game. Maybe at some point in my childhood. Like
Tennessee-Kentucky, is that what you said?
Yeah, football game. I don't think I've ever been to a Tennessee-Kentucky football game.
I get to be security for Mr. Stoops during the COVID year.
Yeah, you told us about that. You were right next to him, right?
Yeah.
Good thing nobody wanted to hurt Mr. Stoops, because I don't know what you would have done to stop him.
Yeah. Who knows?
What did they give you? Pepper spray?
No.
You had nothing?
Nope. Got my fist.
So what were you supposed to do if somebody actually wanted to hurt Stoops?
Go get an officer.
In 2020, okay, I was going to say in 2020, you would have been like in high school, right? Or at least like early college?
Early college.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a Tennessee-Kentucky football game. Like I said, unless maybe my parents took me when I was 7 or 8, maybe. But, I guess I get the whole big game John thing honest. I've never been interested in those games, even as a kid. What do you know? All right, boys, any plans for Thanksgiving? Anything special?
Normally we do our turkey bowl where we get all our guys together and we're hungover playing backyard football, but that's not happening this year, so I don't have much to look forward to.
Why not?
Charlie's got surgery.
Is he the glue that holds it together?
We play at his house.
So he's not gonna let you guys come play in his yard?
I mean, I guess we could, but I don't know.
He could be all-time quarterback.
Scootering around.
This big ass wasn't gonna get out there and run anyways. Just let him be all-time quarterback.
What's your plan, John?
14 picks a couple of years ago as all-time quarterback.
See, that's cool. I never had a backyard. We always put the cousins. Now we're all too old. Wish I had friends to play backyard football with. Have a good Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next. We'll still have some content coming for you across the Fan Run platforms. Get out to Barley's, hang out with us for the game.
Check out our new and improved website at